So nice to finally meet you, Spider-Man.
This is insane, you guys.
Yo, this is sexy, man.
Broadcasting live from the internet, it's Tuesday night, and this is the PanelsOnPages.com podcast with your host, Lee Rodriguez.
At the end of the day, babies are terrible people, and I'm not sorry for saying it.
Jason Nyes.
Motherfucker, I won best costume!
Jose Guzman.
Yeah, I know nothing about Firestorm except for his hat's always burning.
And Kelly Harris.
Boy, love, it appears we got a penis in the mail.
I glued my fucking eyes shut!
I just want to see all these Yelp reviews of Jose's jizz. Oh, sorry, I knocked over the salt.
Like you had anything better to do.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Today is Tuesday, January 15th, not the 26th, Jose, 2019. And this is
sure
episode
about that?
number 453 of the Panels on Pages podcast. I'm your host, the Lord Reverend Lee Rodriguez, and joining me tonight, we got Mr. Jason Nyes.
Ryan started the fire!
Jose Guzman.
I'm going to work on my jumping in the ring and kicking off my flip-flops at the same time move.
And Kelly Harris.
I got my eggs.
All right. Hey, before we get any further onto this magical journey, let me just take a minute and say, not one goddamn time have I accidentally written or typed 2018 this year. So fucking yay for me.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's weird. Like, I was actually I was linking someone to our Toy Fair videos from last year, and I was labeling them, 2018 recap, 2018 exhibitors, whatever. And I kept trying to put 2019. I'm like, no, back off. Getting a little overzealous.
You jinxed it now, though. Tomorrow,
It's true.
first thing you do when you walk into work, 2018.
All day.
2012.
Yeah, you're just going to be fucked up.
Way
Or you're going
off.
to be in the future. 2045. Really fuck them
right.
up. Go to next time you go to the bank, have 2 slips filled out. The first slip says 2045 and see if they catch it.
Well, then your fucking check won't be cashed.
No, that's what I'm saying. You have 2 slips. Then you joke with them, just seeing if you're paying attention. They'll chuckle or they'll be really annoyed. Tell you to fuck off. I guess we'll see what kind of day she's having. You'll either be the cherry on the top asshole or the smile that gets her through lunch.
I feel like you spend your entire life threading that needle, Jose.
Yeah, I agree with that. I can be the cherry or the asshole at any moment.
Just walking that razor's edge.
Ask any of my ex
That man's on the son of a bitch.
Well, I do my best work on the edge.
It's true.
Fucking true story that is. I've seen it. Oh man, let's fucking get into it. Not a lot going on, which is kind of nice. It's been very chill. The return back to work has not been awful. Past couple of weeks has been pretty chill. But since I had an extended period of time off of work, I did the thing I always do, and I do a little downsizing, a little spring cleaning. I made some fucking bank selling toys.
Oh boy.
Dude, I made some money selling some objectively bad toys. Like, I sell some good shit too, but like, I found this Marvel Legends Facebook group, and someone actually bought that shit-ass Scarlet Witch figure for me for $15.
Oh,
It
what?
is true. Every man's garbage is somebody else's treasure.
No, but
Yeah.
like that's garbage.
Toys, women.
That's
Whatever.
the worst figure I've ever seen. Like, and the fucking
It might be the
shitty-
worst female
Captain-
figure of all time.
I think it is the absolute worst. Right up
You know what-
there is the shitty
fuck-
Warbird.
What's
Little
funny
Marvel
though is the guy that bought him is doing a podcast right now. Yeah, I suckered this guy out of it for $15.
Yeah, but that's
Drunk.
fine.
Got him.
Like Lee's lucky he didn't have to pay someone to take that off of his hands or
No
throw
shit.
it in the fucking trash.
I'm putting them all up there, like, just taking a photo, and then like, it wasn't in the first photo, so I'm like, no one's gonna know.
No one wants
I would feel
this.
bad, like,
Not
is
even
stupid.
Vision wants this.
And then, kind of at the last minute, I'm like, fuck it, let's just see what happens. And that bitch was one of the first ones to sell. Doesn't make any sense.
Avengers, bro.
Had a
It's
big
great.
bag full of Build-A-Figure parts and just put the piece up there one off. Man, I made $60 on Build-A-Figure pieces.
Oh, I thought you were going to say a lot more than that, because those Build-A-Figure pieces are kind of gold these days.
Well, and hang on to some of the ones that like I kind of want. Like something like that. But I do have. I'm one piece away from finishing up the Odin. I need his right leg, which came with a Thor from that series. That leg is like $30 on eBay.
Oh,
I'm
man.
like, what? But that Thor figure is $70 on eBay. What the shit? Doesn't
But
make
that's
any
that
sense.
Coipel Thor, right? That's a good Thor.
No, that Thor's kick ass, but not, it's the more modern one where he's got like the kind of hobo belts and like I think the unworthy Thor.
Oh.
I remember some Copal.
Have you seen that Sauron Build-A-Figure?
Yeah.
That thing is a modern marvel of engineering and action figure technology.
I saw the Archangel at a GameStop the other day, and instead of making them a fucking Build-A-Figure, they actually just sell the damn thing for like $30.
Yeah,
and it's got a very impressive wingspan. Like it's pretty rad.
That's what they're doing now. Star Wars: The Black Series is doing it too, where like instead of doing a Build-A-Figure, they're just like, okay, this is a little bit bigger than normal, so we're just gonna put it in a box by itself. Not give it a Build-A-Figure part and charge $30 and see if these nerds will buy it, and they will.
More of that, please, because I really want.
Oh, they're
I would
about
love
it.
to have like a Legends Kingpin figure. I would love that, but I don't want to spend $120 to get a Legends Kingpin figure.
Yeah,
we recently at work had the full series of the Hulk set with the Fing Fang Foom Build-A-Figure.
I had that bad, baby.
We sold that bitch like the set of them for like $520.
The line, that Hulk line, is awful, but that Fin Fang Foom was something to behold. Maybe the biggest Build-A-Figure ever.
Yeah, it looked huge.
Yeah, back when they
Pilot song.
kind of gave a shit. Like they had like
The chocolate from my Mario egg is pretty good.
Like they did Galactus and the Sentinel and a big ass Apocalypse back in the day, but like I think like they're doing another Build-A-Figure Apocalypse, or they did it recently, but he's just like a regular size.
Yeah, regular size Apocalypse, but he looks great.
Yeah, it was great, but for less than what it cost you to make that back in the day, you could have got like a fucking foot tall one.
Yo, breaking news! I got a Goomba with a mustache.
Oh shit, son!
What are you eating? Are you eating Mario chocolate?
Yeah. So I don't know if you saw this tweet like 2-3 weeks ago. I made a tweet that I just bought a box of candy from Japan that are chocolate eggs with tiny Mario characters in them, themed around Super Mario Odyssey.
Yeah, that's the most Kelly tweet I ever saw.
Mario Kinder Eggs, essentially?
Yes. And it fucking rules. Like, the chocolate's really good quality, and this Goomba figure's pretty rad. I need to build him a little bit.
That black and white Batman statue you just posted is pretty dope.
Fuck yeah, it is. I was very excited to see that come in today.
What's this Twitter thing?
All right, Jose. It's like tout,
Okay.
but
It's-
text.
It's actually well, no, I mean it's pictures and videos too. Like, what Jose doesn't know is that Tout actually merged with Twitter, and they're offering discounts for former Tout users.
Oh, so we co-own Twitter too, then?
That's
right.
right. Yeah. Because
we got a large stock in Tout.
No, actually, Twitter is where we go to talk about you, Jose.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been rad. That was fine. What else? Fucking I finished Daredevil the other day, and you know what?
Literally finished it.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah, it's a yes and no. Yeah, like it's a solid ending. If it's
I would
the end.
always love more, but it really is a nice ending.
I
Like,
think as a showrunner of any TV show, if you're doing a season finale and it's at all possible you might not get picked up, you need to always make that season finale as if it's the last episode that's ever going to be seen.
Agreed. Yeah.
So if it ends, no
It
matter
ends.
what,
Yeah.
it's solid.
It was very satisfying. It was
I had no idea that Bernthal is going to be in a Sopranos prequel movie.
I saw a little bit of that.
Yeah,
That-
I didn't know they were making that.
Yeah. It's going to take place in the 60s in Newark, New Jersey around like a bunch of race riots. And young Tony Soprano is going to be in there. Chris Moltisante's dad.
Is Bernthal going to be junior, like a badass junior?
Bernthal is going to be somebody. It's under wraps right now. Him and
Big pussy.
Vera Farmiga from Bates Motel got announced.
He's big pussy. Then he like let himself go real hard in the 90s.
Well, that's like the thing. It's the downfall of big pussy. That's like
Yeah.
the whole. This whole thing starts with the scene with him on the boat, and then, you know, he's like, "Man, I remember when I was a young buck."
Oh
Like by
my
the end of the
God.
movie, he's like in a fat suit.
Yeah.
I could do a rewatch of The Sopranos right now.
I've been on and off, but I did not like watch the season. I can't tell you when shit. I know
Sure.
certain shit happens. I've seen episodes.
So
The best big pussy scene in the whole show was Tony's waiting for him to show up, and he rolls up in this little tiny car, and it just takes forever to get out of it because he's so fucking big. And Tony looks at him and goes, "You know, you want to fucking seriously consider switching to salads."
one of my favorite Sopranos memories is this chick that Jose was messing around with in high school. Her brother, we were friends with her brother, and he was a wrestling fan, and they ordered a pay-per-view at some point, and then the cable company never turned off their pay-per-view stream.
Oh, that's the best.
So we would just fucking go over there whenever there was a pay-per-view. Like, that's when we were in the fucking shit of watching WCW pay-per-views and ECW pay-per-views.
Nice.
But if Sopranos was on, her dad was like, no, none of that horse shit. We're watching Sopranos, then you can watch your bullshit wrestling.
Ah,
Nah, that makes
'Cause
sense.
Sunday
That
nights-
was some big deal back then.
It says I pay the fucking cable bill around here. You fucking dillweeds. Goddamn high school fucks. Get out of my kitchen.
Last
trying to
thing I'll
bang my
talk about
collar.
real quick is it was my good buddy Goat's birthday this weekend.
Ah, happy belated
Happy birthday,
Goat.
happy
Yeah.
birthday, Goat.
Met his new lady friend. She's delightful.
Yeah.
What you think of Nelson Aguilar?
Yeah, did you ask her why he hasn't been paying attention to his fantasy football team and you had
You know
to take
what?
over?
Didn't come up. I was waiting for it to naturally kind of happen, and when I
Does she
shoehorned
keep
it
him in a box?
never felt right. So maybe we'll say that for second time around. But I had the opportunity, nay, the privilege to give the greatest birthday gift I've ever given somebody
Oh?
this weekend. I'm going to refer you all to a Google search. I want you to Google image search earring magic Ken.
Earring Magic Ken. Oh, it
Earring-
auto-completed for me.
Yes.
Okay, I remember
Oh,
this
no.
dude. I remember this dude.
Okay.
What the
earring
fuck is
magic
this?
Ken is the best-selling Ken doll of all time.
He became an accidental gay icon, apparently.
Yes. So what happened was, girls didn't think Ken was cool. So Mattel did a whole bunch of market research in 1991 and said, okay, what's cool? So they went out to all the clubs and said, what's cool? Well, they didn't realize that every club they went to was a gay club. And so they took all these notes about how to make Ken look cool. And so if you look at the pictures of Earring Magic Ken, you'll see he has on a sweet purple mesh t-shirt and a leather vest and a cock ring around his neck.
Oh my God!
And a cock ring
But all the cool kids are wearing these.
Yeah.
and a cock ring on the bottom of his vest, which at the time symbolized that Earring Magic Ken is totally a bottom. Because
Nice.
that was the style back then. That was how you fucking knew what was up in the clubs.
No.
This thing goes to market, becomes the best-selling Ken doll of all time. Because these dudes are like, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen, and they snatch him up.
What
Mattel
was the
quickly
magic?
learned the error of their ways and what the fuck they'd done and snatched them off shelves, but it was too late. Earring Magic Ken was out there in the world.
Top selling Ken, man.
What's
Fuck
the
Best-selling Ken doll of all time.
Go with it.
What's the
That's
magic?
the now.
Fuck.
What's
Just
the magic
super gay.
about his earrings?
What's that?
What's the magic about his earrings?
The Earring Magic line came with like earrings, like
Right.
detached, like clip-on earrings for girls. So yeah,
For girls, are we sure?
So you got this for
Or we
Goat,
still
huh?
our brothers wearing
Yeah,
them
this is
around?
where like there's a disconnect here. Why did you buy this for Goat?
because he sent me this legend like 2 weeks ago, and he's like, "This is the fucking craziest thing I've ever seen in my life." And he had also Goat had just recently fallen that Goat likes old toys. That's like his fucking jam.
Old toys are great. I think we
Yeah.
all like old toys.
Right. But like he's recently fallen down the Mego hole. So he
Yeah.
got himself
Oh, nice.
he got himself a Mego Spider-Man.
Oh, that's cool.
And so he sends me the story about this gay as fuck Ken doll, and I just said, Earring Magic Ken and Mego Spidey can have some awesome adventures together. And so I had to buy this gay as fuck Ken doll. And I've never seen him happier than when he opened that fucking
And-
thing up at the restaurant.
And not
I
that
was
there's
really
anything.
hoping the story
A
ended.
restaurant.
I was really hoping the story ended with, well, and then now Goat's gay and his boyfriend, his name is Steve.
But it was a fantastic. It's one of those gifts that's like, oh man, it doesn't make sense unless you know every little detail of it. But he fucking loved it. It was wonderful. It was great. Great gift giving experience.
There
I
is
love
no-
a good gift giving.
There is no greater gift than a gift that is also a bit.
Yeah.
Yes, I
it's
completely agree. That's
pure
why I have 3
joy.
fucking footballs in this house.
And Kelly doesn't
Wait,
eat Pop Tarts
three?
anymore. Yeah, who
Who gave you?
Yeah, what's the third?
I think it might have been. I think my friend Corey got him one too. So
Nice.
now we have 3 fucking footballs in this house.
Fuck yeah, just tossing the pigskin around at all times.
Get them around. See, I love
I
a
don't know
good
who
bit.
this Corey is, but they're all right.
You all right, Corey?
Yeah, real quick. Tell us the Pop Tart story, Nice, because I fucking love the Pop Tart story.
Oh, well, the Pop Tart story is Kelly would rate wrestling matches based on flavors of Pop Tarts. So for Christmas last year, we ended up getting him, 12 different boxes of Pop Tarts?
It was like 12 or 16.
It was a shitload.
Yeah.
And then to ship those things was not cheap whatsoever.
How about that? How much did it cost to ship 15 boxes of Pop Tarts from Florida to Wisconsin?
Oh, it had to be $30 at least. It might have been 40. But at that point, you're pot committed. This
Oh,
year, we had the Target card, and I was like, man, I could just fucking... And it comes with the Target card, you get 5% off, and you get free shipping. So it's like, sweet, I could send Kelly Pop-Tarts straight from Target and not have to pay for shipping this year. But I was like, let me check. Make sure... let me check and make sure he's still, like, in on the bit. Or maybe, like, he hates the bit now. And he's like, yeah, I'm kind of sick of Pop-Tarts. I was like, all right, dude. Glad I asked. How about 7 copies of Itchy the Killer?
all right.
Yeah, that's all I got going on, man. It's been super chill. What's happening, Kelly?
Nothing. I got my eggs. I'm very happy about that.
Next, you need to get your eggs fertilized, homie.
I know. Just gonna cover them like they're amiibos.
You.
So I was just thinking this while we were waiting for the show to start. Do you think anyone ever listens to the show and hears the intro, and then they're just pissed that Nicole isn't here?
I would be, because he has an amazing.
She
voice
does
for this
have
shit.
a straight-up phone sex voice.
Girl's got skills.
Yeah, but yeah, no, I was just. This is the only time I've ever thought that. I was like, well, I wonder if anyone just like started listening. Like, all right, there's a podcast I can get into. Oh, what the fuck? It's just dudes.
I'll ask her all the time, like, hey, you want to come hang out? And she's like, what are you talking about? And I'll be like, our favorite comic book artist. And she'll go, oh, fucking gay. I'm like, okay, fine. Never mind.
Oh man.
Jesus, Nicole, that's not woke.
Jeez.
She would never say that.
Oh my God. So that reminds me.
Of what now?
I was posting shit on the 11th Hour Instagram this past weekend, and I get a notification that there's a comment on one of them, and it's Jose's cousin Alex.
Oh no.
And it's just, this is gay. Love you guys.
No names.
What the fuck? No, he deserves it.
Yeah, no, you call him out.
At Leo Connect on Instagram.
Oh God, that's funny.
But yeah, no, I recently, like the past couple of days have been pretty quiet. It's been nice. Though I did say on Saturday, I said to someone, I'm like, I don't really have anything going on Sunday. I think I'm just gonna watch like some movies. Sunday morning, I look, I got 5 wrestling shows to watch.
Oh,
Just
God.
like that. Just like that.
All
Yep.
all of them got uploaded all at once. All right, cool.
And take
Time
over.
to jump on the Google Drive.
Takeover Blackpool was Saturday night.
That I still haven't watched yet.
Yeah.
I heard that was decent.
Yeah, I mean, those UK shows are always good. Like, I can't complain about the quality of any of the shit that they do with NXT. It's just, what happens after NXT.
Yeah. Once they leave Triple H's human zoo.
But if
Go out
Vince,
in the wild game preserve.
if Vince McMahon's voice was any indication last night,
Jesus Christ.
I'm just gonna go out at the ring.
I thought the first time I saw that,
Just
it was
gargling?
like not real, like it was a bit, but
Yeah,
that was
no,
like
that's-
legit.
Well, I
That's
mean,
real.
he's still doing a character, but
His
he's
character now is dying.
he's
Yeah.
pushing 80 almost, isn't he?
He's close, yeah.
And just fucking loaded to the gills with HGH.
Oh, God, yeah. Remember when the
73.
rumor a couple of years ago was that Vince was going blind?
His eyes are fucking weird.
They are. So, like, I wonder if he had, like, bad cataracts or something.
You know what's good for cataracts?
What's that, Jose?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if WWE allows it.
Vince McMahon can do all the cocaine he wants.
I don't think cocaine's good for cataracts, Kelly.
Yeah. What kind of level you on, Kelly?
Gotta juice up my eyeballs.
Fuck.
We're on the way out of town the other day.
Did
And,
a whole bunch of cocaine, just kept on speeding down the road.
I said, "Hey, she's like, can you pull over here? I'm gonna pull in the store. Can you run inside and
Do
get me
bump.
a?" And she like rubbed her nose because she had like an itch. And I go, "What? Go inside, get you cocaine? Cocaine at the store? What the fuck are you talking about?"
You gonna give
And
me
she
some of that
almost
nose
crashed the
candy?
car. It was goddamn ridiculous. That's funny.
Yeah, that's all I got. It's just egg excitement and.
So did you get the
Smash
Coke?
Brothers. Obviously.
They were fresh out. I was like, "What kind of Mickey Mouse operation you fuckers running here?"
And they said, we don't have that at Syndex. Do you guys have Syndex?
No.
Okay, so you know what's wild about Syndex is that it's a grocery store with carpeted floors.
Yeah,
That
that's
seems like a horrible idea.
that's a bad choice.
Yeah. But, like, they're never dirty.
Well, good for you, Syndex.
Yeah, so, like, I don't know how it works. Like, someone's got to be making a mess.
I
And-
seen a kid drop a turd on an Aldi's floor.
Oh, no.
Oh yeah.
Just dropping floor avocados.
Oh, God.
You know what? I don't know that I had 2 kids when I first heard that story. Now that I do, I get how that could happen.
Get it. Yep.
I'm not saying it's okay,
No.
but fucking
You
what are you
turn,
gonna do?
you turn a blind eye for 10 seconds, and then there's a floor avocado just staring you back in the face, just glistening under the fluorescent lights.
Do you leave it there or do you pick it up?
Oh,
You don't fucking pick it up.
no. What happened was a staff member brought out some paper towels, and I do believe the parent picked it up. with
That's
paper towels.
Yeah,
Solid move.
that's when you hand them a roll. I'll fucking pull a roll off the goddamn shelf.
And a
You
fucking
picking
mop.
that up. That's your fucking shitbird kid.
Mama caca.
Yeah.
Solid move. What's up, Nice? You besides, you see any more floor avocados lately?
No floor avocados lately. My week has not been as chill as you guys' weeks because we fucking put a lot into this week. So our Disney passes are expiring as of tomorrow, and we are going to be we're putting off the house hunt until next year because we went and got a meeting with a bank. They said we basically need twice as much money as we have for a down payment, so we'll hold off on that, and we'll have that within the next few months, and then it's just a matter of finding a place and not having to rush around and all that. So
That's nice.
Good all in the end. But part of saving money over the next year is we're ditching the Disney passes for the time being. So we're getting in our last trips to, all the parks, and we hit Hollywood Studios, and because they have never allowed fast passes for Slinky Dog, we waited our happy asses in line for that, and it was worth it. It was like a 45-minute wait.
Was the fucking tail on or what?
No, the tail was not on. They have removed the
get your
tails.
shit straight, Disney.
They have removed the tail because it was falling off. I'm sure it'll... you can design something that's structurally sound, but then you run it for 9,000 times a day for a year, and shit's gonna break off. That's just the nature of things. And then last night we hit up Magic Kingdom, and another one we haven't been able to get a fast pass for all year.
What's a fucking slinky tail on a roller coaster? What did they think was going to happen?
I don't know, man. It's still a good roller.
It's design meetings.
It's a really good roller coaster, even without the tail. Don't listen to Jose.
No, I don't. Every time we turn the news on, the story was bitching about the tail not being there and just people losing their shit.
Really?
What is the tail? Like,
What the
Yeah.
fuck? That's news in Florida?
I didn't think that story made it to like the nightly news.
Yeah.
I just
It's
thought we knew about it because
people,
we're
you guys are pissed about some fucking...
Excuse me. And then we went on Seven Dwarfs Mine Train last night, which I've only ever been on once. And the first time I rode it, it was painful because this motherfucker, instead of the lap bars being centered between your legs with the bar going across your lap, it's a U. It's an upside-down U, so your knees have to go inside the lap bar. I could lose 150 pounds, and this thing would still not fit very well. Yeah. It's basically...
That doesn't make any sense.
Oh, it's bad. To the point where I'm in physical pain today. But it was worth it. Like I was telling Mary, I get it. Like, some rides I'll get on, and... they're a little uncomfortable because not necessarily made for me. Some rides I can't even go on. But outside of Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, no other ride has made me physically in pain as I'm sitting on it. So, that was cool, though. It was like, earlier in the day, it was a 120-minute wait. And then we got there and it was 45. So, nice. And... I kind of miss waiting in line at Disney because I've told you guys stories about our Disney trips where we're just one place to the next, fast pass, just running around. Yeah. So, like, this is go, get in line, and then chill for 45 minutes. I'm kind of like, all right, nice. And we rode the teacups. We've never rode the teacups together, and we laughed, and I'd spun that thing until she was ready to puke. It was fun. And then Friday for Christmas we got Billy Joel tickets for
that's right. Yeah,
for me, Mary, my mom, and my dad. My mom's a old school Billy Joel fan, and Mary loves Billy Joel. I had no idea, to the point where when we were about to get tickets, depending on what happened, she was like, and if tickets are too expensive, we'll just get 2 of them and not bring your parents.
Damn.
So, and then, we've talked about the Elton John fiasco from a couple months ago. So there was definitely some tension in the air as to whether or not Billy Joel would have an ear infection or not. But I tell you what, this old
I hope
man,
he dies in his sleep.
69 years old, Billy Joel is.
Nice.
Looking like fat Mike Ehrmantraut from Breaking Bad. Just not looking good. And, like, they had a camera on the piano, like, close up on the keys. And he's got, like, midget hands at this point because he's so old. Like, they're very stubby and fat and sausagey. But dude can still wail, and he brought it. So, Sir Elton better recognize, better bring the thunder, because not only did he cancel, but
How about you just show up?
He's got to follow Billy Joel. We didn't start the fire. I don't know if I've ever told this story on this show, but I did an extra credit assignment in 8th grade where you had to take the song "We Didn't Start the Fire" and basically define everything that's in the song, everything that's listed.
We did that at Walker.
And at this point, the internet was not widely available.
Wait,
That sounds like
We
a
actually
shit
had to
time.
go. It's kind of cool. It's kind of cool.
We had
worked out
an encyclopedia CD-ROM at that point, and we were able to find pretty much all of it. I didn't retain any of it by any means. But man, Billy Joel, super cool. At one point, I looked over at my mom's like wiping tears away. I thought she was getting just super emotional because she was out. You know, it was a Christmas present, and she's with her family. She's like, no, like those first 2 songs are just so depressing.
Fuck you guys. The song.
Very similar crowd to the Elton John crowd, but
wall-to-wall
Less
honkies.
angry.
a lot more just like New York dirtbags who just follow Billy Joel around.
Not as many earring Kens.
No, not as many earring Kens. There was a high amount of younger women that looked like they were there by themselves, like look like they're trying to be Billy Joel's next wife or ex-wife.
Nice.
Ooh, I want him to play me like a piano with them sausage
At
fingers.
one point,
Gross.
we were pretty far away, so we watched a lot of it on the Jumbotron, and they had screens behind the stage. But at one point, I'm looking at the Jumbotron, and the cameraman is focused in on this one chick who's dancing, and in the background, I'm like, Is that Dean Malenko? And then it cuts to a different angle, and then it comes back, and it's like close up on Dean Malenko, and he is unmoved about any of it.
The Iceman.
Straight up Iceman, no selling Billy Joel whatsoever.
So Billy Joel and your mom have been very different concert experiences.
Right. We didn't start the fire. It gave me some goosebumps, though. Straight up goosebumps. Did not move me to tears.
JFK blown away.
Right. What else?
What else do I have to say?
Saturday we went to
Illuminati.
get Mary's car looked at. Needed some stuff. You know, it's still doing all right, but some preventative maintenance. And then while we were waiting, we were just gonna kind of get some food and walk around the area. We walked around Big Lots for about an hour and a half, and then we found a comic shop right around the corner. It's like, sure, let's go check
those
it out.
Pictures are fucking awesome.
This place,
Yeah, that place looked cool.
Acme Superstore in Longwood. We walk in, and it just looks like a regular old comic shop. Then you take a left, and it is a dozen aisles of glass cases, and each aisle is a different theme of vintage toys.
What kind of building was that?
It
that
was-
they're in? Is it like a shopping?
It was like
plaza kind of thing?
like a strip mall, but it was huge on the inside. And the guy was like, "We're thinking of expanding," and I was like, "In this climate?"
I looked at some of their pictures of like past events. They did somebody dressed up as Batman and Catwoman. They had like a long table. They did a wedding.
Yeah, we
You see
need
the
to
fucking Krang statue they had.
we need to check this place out, man. Like for reals. Just amazing. Like we could have killed another hour there, but like the car was done, and we're like, "Oh, we gotta get back." Straight up, like a Marvel aisle, a DC aisle, a G.I. Joe aisle, a Japan shit aisle that also included the Transformers, fucking a wrestling aisle, Star Wars, Star Trek. Like they had a custom painted Ewok village for sale, like cool dioramas in the glass cases. It was one of the coolest comic shops I've ever been to.
That's awesome.
And I can't wait to go back. And like some prices were a little bit nuts, but then others, like they had a mint in box Radioactive Man and Fallout Boy of the, I think it was the Playmates Simpsons, and it was like $20. And I was like,
wow,
are you fucking for serious? But then other shit was a little bit out of line. So very cool,
yeah,
very cool.
Crazy ass prices. Fucking Hasbro has been re-releasing vintage G1 Transformers lately.
Yeah.
And the Optimus Prime just came out, and it's just the G1 Optimus Prime with no fucking trailer, okay? MSRP is $50. Like, fucking no. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Like, you can get an original for $50. Like, less than $50.
With a trailer.
With a fucking trailer. Yeah.
It's weird. But I was also thinking, like, a lot of that stuff is priced so that you'll buy in volume and they'll make you a deal at some point. Or
sure.
Yeah.
I mean, some of it was definitely not priced to move, but they had just walls full of pegged, carded action figures and everything you could possibly think of. They had Barbies, just like a whole section of Barbies. It was nuts, man. And I had to take a picture of that one aisle and send it to you guys because that place was nuts. It looked like Lee's office, that aisle did. And then lastly, me and Mary and Jose and the lady went out to an NXT live event at the Olay.
You were fucking busy this week.
Where
Olay.
where we saw all the Mania weekend shows, Spring Break, and all those other. We saw Kaiju there.
One of the best venues I've ever been at for a show.
Yeah,
Which their Olay's using a picture of the Kaiju battle on their like book your next event here poster board.
They're using like a low res picture of Bear Burger in the ring with the Flow Slam logo behind. It might have even been one of our pictures.
They said, you think your dumb shit won't fly here? Look at this burger with fur.
But man, it was.
We'll hold anything.
I just love that venue and so many memories. The first match that we saw before Jose got there, when we went and saw Evolve, we walked in and it was Drew Galloway versus Matt Riddle for the Evolve title. And Drew Galloway's already on the main roster, and who's in the opening match but Matt Riddle kicking his flops off, cosplaying as Silver Potato.
Cool.
But the general admission is essentially just all the stadium seats, $10 a pop, and it was a Saturday night. Like, it's cool to go to the Full Sail tapings, but also those metal bleacher seats aren't great, and also though they usually shoot on weeknights, and that's kind of tough. You know, they do 4 hours worth of
they need to shoot there
TV
Fuck
taping, but
shoot
then
at the Olay.
You know, Olay's right down the road from us, and it was a Saturday night, and I was like, come on, this is amazing. So we'll probably be heading back there. There's they already had a list of future events.
They're
I think
like a bunch.
It was February 1st, March 1st, and then like end of April. Not a great match card. Like, the biggest star was, well, they had Ciampa, Gargano, and Aleister Black do a promo, essentially, but none of them wrestled. But the biggest star who wrestled was Matt Riddle, I'd say.
Yeah.
No Ricochet, no Kyrie, no EO.
Just fucking Nog Ciampa and Patchouli. Tag team.
But also, they had TakeOver Blackpool going on the same day, so they were probably on a skeleton crew.
Oh, sure.
But it was fun. Like, we hung out, we hollered some ridiculous shit, and those seats are so comfy, and it was nice and cool in there. You can't really complain. You know, $10 a ticket. Hey, we definitely got more bang for our buck than with Absolute Queen.
Yeah. Yeah, no shit. We got Riddle.
Yeah.
I didn't almost laugh when the first match started. So good on you guys.
And that Matt Riddle NXT music is just bad.
Yeah, I was like, didn't he didn't come out to this, right?
No, because
he
used to come out to the Regulate remix, but now it's just some like Pond 5, somebody searched the keyword Dr. Dre and paid $20 for it.
Yeah, and I bet you they spelt it DOCTOR.
Like Yo MTV Raps, Dr. Dre.
Doctor. He's a doctor.
Dr.
Dr. McNuts.
I'm not sure what you're getting at, Jose, because you spelled Doctor right.
Well, no, but Dr. Dre on the album, it's DR. It's a
right,
DR
right,
Dre.
right. And then Dr. Dre from Yo MTV Raps was where he spelled it out. Because I don't know if you guys remember, but there were 2 Dr. Dre's.
Oh, I remember.
No, I wasn't going for that. I was
Okay.
just going for that they're clueless and they just put
Fucking lame. Yeah.
doctor.
Sure. But yeah, been real busy, but we've been doing some fun shit. So I realized how much stuff that we had been doing over the past week. And on Sunday,
I'm tired just listening to you talk about that.
yeah, on Sunday, I just, I let Mary just have a day to herself. I'm like, we're not going to go anywhere. We're not going to fucking try and do anything. Just stay around the house, put away Christmas decorations, you know. Disney still had their Christmas decorations up, which blows my mind.
Jeez.
Like, we took our decorations down before Disney did. Like, what's wrong with that?
Yeah, but you're not making millions of dollars off of your Christmas ornaments a day. Like,
Well-
they got seasons.
Well,
This goes until this time.
Sure, but it is a little late for them to still have their shit up.
I tend to agree.
They know something we don't. They said, we got to milk this shit now. Christmas won't be here next year.
Yep. Last Christmas.
Yeah, we went last night to Magic Kingdom, and we had tried it before, and we had an awful night at Magic Kingdom, but we went back to Casey's Corner, which sells hot dogs, and they have a plant-based Italian sausage, which she really liked. So we went back there, and then they have a foot-long all-beef hot dog with bacon, macaroni, and cheese on top of it, which I really liked. But, you know, I'm trying to watch my figure, so I got a light lemonade, and instead of fries, I got apple snacks.
There you go. That counts.
But yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's all? Nothing else?
No.
Jesus Christ. Good for you guys. What's up, Jose? Tell us the story.
I'll pick up on the second half of wrestling. So we ate at Sushi.
Yes,
Sushi?
Susai. Which, I hate their name, but they're a good place.
It
Yeah.
sounds like you're saying suicide really
Yeah,
fast.
it's a stupid name, and I hate it, but the place is great.
Yeah, it's pretty much Chipotle sushi.
Yes.
Ooh,
You
all right.
go down the line, you tell them what you want. You can put it either in a roll or a bowl or make it like a wrap.
Yep.
In Vegas, we didn't go, but I saw a sign like on the last day there, a sign for a place that did sushi burritos.
Yeah, that's essentially what
Yeah.
this is, and you can
Cool.
get your sushi burrito tempura fried.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Pretty
Yeah,
cool.
good place.
Food. That helped is that, you know, it's not just a gimmick. The food's actually pretty good. But Mary sent an article apparently later that night, that whole plaza that place is in got fucking robbed.
Yeah.
Whoa.
They cut the power
Yeah.
to
It's
like the plaza. And
Like a
they-
fucking
Jeez.
heist.
yeah. Yeah,
Goddamn.
Jose made some comment about Danny Ocean. Yeah, because it was a Papa John's, a Planet Smoothie, a Sport Clips, and then Susai, and then there's like a Subway on the end of that complex. And yeah,
So-
they cut the power and smash and grab.
that happened.
crazy.
And I'm wondering if I'm going to get questioned because
What?
we left early because
This
traffic
is
can be a
live,
dick.
Jose.
Traffic can be a dick sometimes.
Right.
So
No
so
names.
we left early to make sure that we were there.
Yeah. And this
on
place is
time.
5 minutes away from me and Mary's place. So, like, they got there super early, and
Yeah,
we just
way
had to hop in
earlier
the
than
car
I
and get
thought we
down.
were. So we
Oh,
were
so you're
already there
casing the joint.
Right, he
Well,
was.
because we were standing out in front of the Great Clips for like 20 minutes
Sport
because they
Clips.
were playing the football game. So we got there so early. The lady wanted to have a stogie, so she's smoking her cigarette, and I'm like, "Well, fuck, I'll watch the game. I don't give a fuck." So I'm standing out there for like 20 minutes in front of
Just
the Great Clips, which
peeping.
also got hit.
Sport Clips. It's Sport Clips.
Sport Clips.
That's why they had the game on, because it's one of those places where
Haircuts for guys.
Busty
And then
chicks.
this other guy shows up, and me and him
Want
were
some
talking.
broad to cut your hair?
Yeah, some broad in a referee shirt while you watch the game.
She's got tits.
Yeah, some other dude walks up while you're watching the game, and you're both watching it together.
Yeah. So we're just standing out there watching the football game. And I'm like, if they looked at the footage long enough, like I'm out there enough to be and then my accomplice comes in and I'm pointing.
And then that guy said to you, like, hey, wouldn't it be cool if I robbed this place?
Yeah.
And you were like, yeah, bro.
And then what's funny is we stood out there and talked forever, and then he walked into Sushai.
Yeah. I thought Jose was watching someone get a haircut.
This is what passes for entertainment these days, huh? Okay.
Bro, you see that broad with the tits cut that guy's hair?
But they were all up and running by lunchtime the next day. Like, Susai thought that they were going to be closed until further notice, but everybody got their shit fixed real quick. And I figure all those places are probably pretty well insured because they're all franchises of varying sizes, so...
Yeah, a lot of those places
Still
are like
sucks.
independently owned, though. That's tough.
Yeah. Still sucks a lot. Not fun to deal with.
No.
Now, see, I'm a big fan of a
insurance.
victimless crime, like
You
a
know what I
bank
mean?
robbery. Like, bank robbery is a cool story. That's awesome. No one gets hurt in a bank robbery.
Fucking Danny Ocean said, I'm coming for you, Great Clips.
They're never going to sponsor us if you won't call them by their correct name.
Really? Sport
Clips.
Well, I'm
Haircut
not
for
wrong. There is
guys.
a Great Clips.
There is
but,
a Great Clips.
But Great Clips didn't get popped. Sports Clips got popped.
You were literally watching sports through the window.
Yeah.
Well, motherfuckers got clipped.
But American Crew, they sold. Represent. What up?
Oh, yeah?
Elvis, y'all. I don't know.
That map you sent us today where you're like, hey, this stage I'm building.
Hey, whoa. Shh, shh.
Okay.
No names.
I sent you that in private.
Okay.
We're going to go ahead and shut up right now.
I got you.
All I'm
No
saying
names.
is you have a very active imagination, Jose.
I mean,
I
not that
thought
active.
you
I
guys
get it.
saw. I saw
I
that
saw it right away.
Yeah,
Like,
but
immediately.
like because
But
he
I
drew
also
it,
have more context.
he drew it. He's like, oh yeah, like that shape he drew is definitely what
yeah,
he's saying
no,
it
I
looks
wouldn't
like.
have seen it without the.
But there was
shape.
more shit on that picture. They're like,
Yeah.
no, don't forget about that.
Context, though. Context. Yeah, but
Yeah,
but
no,
what
your
I
underpants
highlighted
map
was the
doesn't look
main
like it.
structure. Like that's the focus point. Everything else are just lines and showing you where like stuff is and measurements. None of those lines matter.
It looks more like a Wonder Woman logo than it does an underpants.
But I got context. You know what I
Okay.
mean? You guys are mixing the context.
Is the context underpants?
No, the whole situation.
Fucking the whole situation, man.
So speaking of the whole situation,
Ooh.
update on one of the resolutions of getting a house happening.
Oh.
Fucking, we as well hit a speed bump because the government is shut down. I can't finish my taxes to fucking
Get approved.
apply for a house.
Yeah.
I think I read somewhere that should not be affected.
It happened because
Well, Jose's also trying to catch up on maybe old taxes.
because I couldn't do 2017.
Oh, okay. I thought like you weren't going to get your W-2 for
No.
2018.
I'm talking about like I can't get my taxes done that I need to apply for the house. What I
Right.
need to apply for the house is 2017's taxes because of my school shit. I couldn't do my taxes or they would have took all my shit. So I was advised to get that under control. When they say, okay, you're cool, then I go do my taxes.
I got
I got the you're cool to go do your taxes, and then the fucking government shuts down. So I get a call from the guy who's working on my house, and he's like, hey, didn't even think about it, but I just had this snafu with another guy. I'm in the middle of his house, and because the government shut down, we can't move forward with his tax situation or some shit. Because all the time I'm like, why is it my fucking dude called me back? Oh, he's probably not even fucking working.
Man, you want to hear some shit about this shutdown?
Yes.
I got a
They
guy.
already took my fucking heating pad once. What else do they want?
It's true.
A guy I work with, he went down to visit some family in Mexico over the holidays.
Oh, no.
He was going to come back.
Congrats, you're Mexican now.
He got on the
picked the
plane.
wrong time to go to Mexico.
Yeah,
sir.
he got on the plane, and they said, oh, everyone has to disembark. The immigration officials just didn't show up in Milwaukee. So he had to fly into New York, rent a car, and then drive back to Milwaukee.
This is so
What?
fucking preposterous.
What?
But he got back in.
Yeah,
He
he's
was able
back.
to get back in.
So why did he have to fly to New York? Because they had immigration officials there?
Yeah, that
Okay.
was like the only place they could get in.
Holy shit, man.
God damn it.
Yeah, when we were still looking at getting a house this year, we pulled up the the first time home buyers. They first time home buyer shit. So you're
Makes
supposed to go
it
to that.
way easier.
You're supposed to go to the FHA website. Go to the FHA website, and it's basically like closed until further notice.
That's all so fucking upsetting, you guys. God damn it.
Have
Well,
you
don't
guys?
worry. Someday Trump's gonna get that wall that you can just saw through in 10 minutes.
I'm on the phone with the guy who's doing my house shit, and I'm like, all right, let's put that wall up. Let's go. Let's get these taxes done.
Lee,
I'm joking.
with your job, have you noticed any changes because of the shutdown?
I haven't, but my wife has.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because she does a lot of stuff for like insurance benefits and prescription drugs, whatever, and they had to kind of have a little powwow. But like, hey, what do we do for these people that need prescription medicines to live but aren't getting paid? Because this fucking Cheeto-faced dickhead is like, no.
Yeah, that's when a company like that, you are either like, your bottom line is your bottom line, or you're like, okay, well, we can't let people die.
You want to be the hero? You want to come out
Right.
a fucking stud? Be the only one who does it.
Yeah.
And it's like, fuck it. Let's.
It's such a fucking bummer. It's so gross. Like,
Yeah, it's stupid.
like
When is this one of the Secret Service agents gonna finally just,
Choke them out.
I'm gonna be the hero?
I said that at when we saw the pictures of H.W. Bush's funeral. I'm like, any one of those motherfuckers just could have just.
I did the same thing
Cracked
when he
his
was.
neck.
Remember a few weeks ago when he blew up a bunch of undercover military operative spots by putting
Yeah.
selfies on Instagram?
over Christmas.
I said that then to him, like, any one of those guys could have been a fucking hero. Any
Yep.
of them.
Just popped him. The crisis would be
imagine
over.
your job being that you might have
We're
to
gonna
take a
get pulled
bullet
off
for
of
that guy.
YouTube so hard.
Ugh, gross.
We're heading back from Disney last night, and we get on the ferry boat to go back to the transportation and ticket center. And I pull up my phone and I start scrolling through Twitter, and I start seeing these pictures of Trump
What
standing
the fuck is this Twitter?
behind all of this fast food.
What the fucking
And I start
fuck,
seeing
guys?
all the reactions, and I start retweeting like I've never retweeted before. And then I check my phone later that night, and Lee responds to one of them. And he's just like, "What is going on? What is Why am I seeing this? What is this?"
And so what? To celebrate a football game, he bought like 1,000 burgers?
So okay, here's the long and the short of it. I
I
tried
kind
to.
of want to just leave it at that.
I tried to
yes.
give you the Cliff's Notes. So when a sports team wins a championship, they usually get invited to the White House. They get to have like state dinner with the president and all that. So the Clemson,
No.
Big photo op. Big
Yeah.
whoop-de-doo.
yeah, the Clemson Tigers won the college football championship. Correct me if I'm wrong, Jose.
Correct.
Okay, so, but because of the shutdown, the staff at the White House is like on a skeleton crew. So he invited the Clemson Tigers to the White House, but then he's like, well, we don't have the staff to cook for them. So he sends a bunch of people out to get Wendy's and McDonald's and Domino's and Burger King. And
That
then he's
is
like,
incredibly upsetting.
he's like,
What?
oh, check it out. I paid for all these burgers all by myself. They'll enjoy them. They're a bunch of big dudes.
Yeah, but they were probably all cold, especially if it was like one round trip. Go pick up all this. Fuck the first thing you picked up.
They're
Cold as balls by the time you got back.
All of that stuff was cold.
Yeah,
because
there was no heating lamp.
they stacked it all up and did a fucking photo op. And orders that size.
Proud of.
Orders that size. By the time you're done with the last thing, the first thing's cold.
Yeah.
Oh, the fries must have been the worst fries ever. Just garbage.
They had the fries.
You're serving the worst fries in the U.S.
They had the fries and the pizza under heat lamps, but that was it.
Ugh. God, that's really upsetting.
Well, talking about, that one company being the hero and, paying for people's medicine when they're fucked by this shutdown, Michael Strahan is going to take the Clemson Tigers out to whatever they want after that thing. So just kind of rub it in his face.
Strahan's making a move.
Strahan's making a move.
He's making a move.
He's going to find
Taking
himself.
over Regis's job was not enough. He is making a move. He said, nah, motherfuckers. Tiki Barber,
like,
wanna
if
get
you had
over
a-
here.
Michael Strahan.
Just curious. Like, if you had an opportunity, for whatever reason, like, it's like, oh, hey, you XYZ thing happened, guess what? You get a trip to the White House. Would you go?
Not
Oh, no. Unless I wanted to be a
If
national
I
hero.
can just dunk on him the entire time
Ooh.
I'm there, yes.
yeah, go and just don't go to the photo op. Just
Or go to the photo op and just light him up.
Yeah. No, that's exactly what I would. Because my major hope was for the longest time because I was just saying mean things to him on Twitter until eventually I stopped. But for
he
the
said, I will
longest
break
time,
you.
my hope was that eventually they'd find him hanging in the Oval Office and they'd look at his phone and one of my tweets would be sitting there.
Worth it.
I was hoping I would have cyberbullied him into hanging himself.
Zero says he'd go and make a scene and get kicked out.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what I would do.
Is I think there's making a scene, then also just like, when the cameras start rolling, just, quietly and calmly just talking shit to his face on live television. That'd be amazing.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be great. Then, like,
I'd get him to start saying that he takes the biggest poops. Because
Well, that's
I
the
don't
best
think
one.
it would take much to say that. Dude, how big are your poops?
The biggest poops. I need a poop knife.
Do you stand or sit when you poop, when you wipe, sir?
Well, he's got those golden toilets. I'm assuming they've got bidets on them.
Yeah, that'll make
What
it
is
America,
this
though.
wiping you speak of?
Yeah.
The biggest bidet.
No lie, I did go on Amazon today and look at bidets and add some to my Amazon wish list. Because, now that we're staying here another year, I want to make it as comfortable as possible.
Absolutely.
And I think some water on my hole might make it super comfortable.
Here's delightful.
On my bong.
All right, so we got some mail sent in.
Oh, boy.
I know, right?
Look
Took
at
a
all
minute.
this fan mail.
Our buddy Zero writes in. This from a couple weeks ago, but we just kind of had.
I hope it's
it doesn't make sense.
I hope it's more math humor.
It is not. It is Endgame speculative spoilers. He writes in. He sent this in the week after the
Trailer
came out. And so he says, wanted to chime in on some of the trailer talk. Knives said the trailer is really good and they didn't show shit. Oh, but they did show something. Something huge. I'm so confident in this that I'm calling them spoilers, but they're from the trailers. I think pointing it out isn't within spoiling the movie territory.
Okay.
At the end, where Cap and Widow are watching Ant-Man talk to the security camera. Look at the top left. It's archive footage. That's why Cap asks, is this an old message? Also remember the post-credit scene to Ant-Man and the Wasp where Janet casually says, and don't get sucked into a time vortex. The same van from that scene with the quantum tunnel in the back is behind Scott in the Endgame trailer too. My speculation, Ant-Man escapes the quantum realm but doesn't immediately realize he's back in time. He goes to Avengers HQ, but of course they're not there because they haven't been formed yet. Further, I'm willing to bet that he went back to the 80s, specifically when Captain Marvel takes place, and he'll have some sort of small part in it, even if it's just a post-credit scene.
That'd be cool.
That'd be cool.
The 80s, though, I feel like
Maybe the 90s.
if he went back in time at all, it would have to be like in time to when the Avengers are broken up between Civil War and Endgame, because Avengers headquarters would still have to be there.
Oh no! Well, yeah, but is he at Avengers?
I mean,
Tower?
They don't tell you that in the trailer, but
well, exactly. But the trailer
is
to lead you. So that might not even be at Avengers Tower.
Well, not Avengers Tower, Avengers headquarters.
He's talking to a camera that's recording things that Captain America can watch. So it had to be.
Yeah, maybe he's somewhere where he knows they had cameras.
I mean, it could very well be the case, but I don't think it's a spoiler either way because it's just all speculation.
Kind of on the same note, that Spider-Man trailer came out today, and man,
but he's dead.
Looks fucking rad, you guys.
Lee has an argument that it has to take place after Endgame, or else the scene of him putting the suit on in Infinity War is kind of a continuity error because he's got a different suit. The more I look at it,
the more I'm confident in it for more reasons than that. Like, I feel like
no, it makes sense. Your theory makes sense.
There's no Tony Stark in it, right? So they're trying not to spoil whether or not he's alive or dead after Endgame. So he's not in the trailer. Like,
which one comes out first?
Endgame by like 2 months.
Okay, then I can see it being after.
Yeah, and then there's the whole like. I think it's the stuff from Infinity War and all that stuff, but that's what puts Spider-Man on Nick Fury's map.
Yeah.
I
don't think it makes sense to release a movie that takes place before Endgame after Endgame.
Well, maybe they threw in Nick Fury just to make it look like it's before.
No, I would assume Nick Fury is going to be a big part of it.
Yeah, and you know, the post credits for Infinity War is what put Fury back on the map after years.
True.
So
but if you think about it, Ant-Man and the Wasp came out after Infinity War and takes place before Infinity War.
Yeah, but I don't know, I feel like that's a little different.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So maybe they're setting it up to make you think it's a before because they don't want to ruin anything.
I don't think they're setting it up to make you think it's either.
Right. There's got us assholes talking about it.
Yeah.
No matter what.
They're setting it up so that it's ambiguous either way. But the vibe I got personally was that it takes place before.
Which
why
I can
is that?
see that.
Why is that? Just in general, like the kind of lightheartedness of most of it near the beginning. The shit with Aunt May and Happy, and you know he's like, I don't really want to be Spider-Man right now. I want to go on a school trip. I feel
none
like
of it felt like a Spider-Man who just came back from the dead, unless when everyone comes back, they don't remember it.
Right. It's like a time travel thing where nobody knows what happens. So if that's the case, then all this discussion is moot. That's the easiest way I can explain away why they would release a trailer that essentially confirms that Spider-Man is still alive after Endgame, if this does in fact take place after Endgame.
Yeah, because it is way too happy to be how he died. Like somebody who dies like that, how he did in Infinity, how he ghosted.
Well, yeah, but
but
you're not going
to be happy when you
school
come
after
back.
that. You're not worried about a class trip after that.
Or maybe you
event in your
are,
life.
because I fucking faced down an evil, crazy space god died, came back. I got a fucking new lease on life. I want to go hang out with my friends.
So
Let's
I'm
go
going to go
fucking
to
Europe.
school?
Kiss a pretty girl. Yeah.
Call me when you're out of school. I'm
He's
Spider-Man,
going to
bitch.
Europe.
Okay. On the flip
He
side,
can go to Europe every once. He's Spider-Man.
besides the different costume that they show him wearing, the two different costumes actually they show him wearing in the Far From Home trailer, what else makes you think it is after Endgame?
Like I said, the Nick Fury of it all kind of makes me think that. Like, because I think that
Did
like,
he
Fury's-
look young? We got to go back and look at the Nick Fury. How did Nick Fury look? Does he look digitally younged,
Well, I mean,
or does he look?
Why would he need to be
No.
digitized?
Why would he look young?
Oh yeah, no, never mind.
like
never
if
mind.
it's set in the past, it's
Not
like a
that
couple
far
a
back.
year.
Yeah,
but-
you're thinking Captain Marvel.
Yeah, I'm thinking going way back. Captain
I feel
Marvel
like
went
the,
way back.
I feel
Spider-Man
like
would just be like a month or two.
I
I
feel
think
like
that it's, the stuff the stuff that happens in Endgame, I feel like is going to put Fury back on the map. Like Fury's
sure,
been kind of not had a lot of impact since.
but
Age of Ultron.
maybe
Well, yeah,
he
but they knew
has.
he was going to be in Captain Marvel, and then the next Avengers. So they know Fury's coming back.
So we don't see much of Fury since Age of Ultron, but maybe he has been checking up on like new superheroes like a Spider-Man. Like he sees something like Spider-Man's fighting with the Avengers and he's like, I need to go talk to this fucking Spider-Man kid
Because you would think Nick Fury would have talked to Spider-Man
after Civil War.
like once Spider-Man's on the radar, I'm showing up.
Yeah, because Spider-Man was already on Tony's radar.
And then Tony gave him the suit.
Right.
So he had to be Spider-Man after Tony. So Tony had to jump on Fury, but Fury's going to do his own home.
Fucking nerds.
Fucking nerds.
I'm going with it's after Endgame because I personally think it would be incredibly stupid to have your board resetting movie and then do another movie that takes place before then.
I don't necessarily
later.
agree with that because you show what Spider-Man's fate is in Endgame. Whether
Then why is anyone going to care?
listen. Because it's a fun Spider-Man story after the fact. You show what Spider-Man's fate is in Endgame, which they're going to bring him back to life at the end somehow, some way. But then Far From Home leads up to Infinity War.
Yeah. 'cause
So
I
we
was gonna ask
see-
that. How did Spider-Man get introduced? When was the first
Civil
moment?
War.
No. I'm in Infinity War. How did he come up?
When the Ebony Maw brings the big ring spaceship down, he's
Yeah.
on the school
Yeah.
bus.
He's on the school bus and he gets
Okay,
off the
so
school
he's
bus.
on the school bus. He showed up.
And Far From Home with him on the school bus.
Oh, it's going to end with him on the fucking school bus looking out the window.
I don't like it.
Nah,
What?
I don't like it.
I
I
don't like
think
it.
I would
Oof.
be, as a moviegoer, upset if that's how that movie ends.
But they already set precedent with Ant-Man and Wasp.
Right.
That's why you can't
But
put it
that's-
past them.
That's different. It's in the middle of a two-part thing. This is after the end of a two-part thing. To me, that's totally
Yeah,
different.
no.
See, I keep forgetting it's after that.
Technically, Ant-Man and Wasp takes place before Infinity War.
Or
But
concurrent
does, but
after
you're
the
not going
events
to
of
put-
Infinity
Yeah,
War.
but it does make sense happening in the middle as opposed to
After.
after.
Because you're not going to put Ant-Man and Wasp and be like, man, 2 hours and just half of everyone died.
Well, also you get that moment, that kick at the end. You know, like I don't know, it fits so well into the. Yes, it takes place before Infinity War, but it fits so well in the tapestry of the overall story that totally willing to let it slide. Plus, after Infinity War, we needed Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Sure.
Like you gotta have
you
that,
did
you
need
gotta have the
something
fun.
to take you back. Like, no, everything's still okay here.
Yeah. And then it does help to set up what's going to happen in the next movie with
Oh.
Ant-Man.
Yeah, so I don't want to see set up for 2 movies ago
Yeah, that's already happened.
at the end of Spider-Man. Fucking 3 movies ago, Captain Marvel would have been out by then.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're still getting that Spider-Man story up until that point.
Yeah, but
It's not
now-
necessarily about getting to the school bus. It's just that that's where this connects. Like this is.
I would feel like that would be way too forced if that's.
I want to go forward, man. I want to go forward.
I'm gonna go. It's after, and everyone's mind was wiped up to a certain point,
except for probably like the main Avengers. Like they all know.
Not that either, because then you don't learn from your fucking. Not like that either.
No.
Yeah,
I think
it's so lighthearted for a Spider-Man who fucking has seen. You don't see the end of
Spider-Man
the world.
always goes through some shit. He walks.
Yeah, but not like that. Yeah, but did he go back to school? Did he go back to fucking high school?
That's what makes him fucking Spider-Man.
That's what Spider-Man is. He perseveres.
I get persevering, but if I went through that, I'm gonna fucking.
Well, you're not Spider-Man.
I'm not worried about school anymore.
No, that's what Spider-Man fucking does.
Yeah, that's the crux of Spider-Man's whole thing.
Yeah, no matter what the fuck happens, he does it.
He keeps on going.
I can't keep on going, but I'm not gonna keep on going.
The story, just
school.
saying.
What? Peter is a nerd. He loves school.
No. Get out of here. Fucking nerds.
All right, let's do this fucking. Let's do this list.
Now we're all just mad at each other. Thanks, Zero. Real nice.
I'll do this list. I want to stop talking about this shit. Okay.
Really though, that trailer, like, I felt nothing really.
Oh, I got goosebumps. I loved it.
It looks like every other Marvel movie to me.
So what is it? Mephisto's creating
Mysterio.
what I call him?
Mephisto. Mephisto is the devil.
Mephisto in their mouth.
Oh my god.
He made Sandman and Aquaman. He did that, and then he's gonna fight him.
Well, I think the trailer is supposed to imply that maybe it's Sandman and Hydro Man, but I think it's
and
really
Molten Man. Don't forget Molten Man.
And Molten Man. I think it's really just Mysterio
creating
shit.
And then he's gonna fight him, look like the good guy.
Yeah, probably.
Right, like Syndrome in the end of Incredibles, where he's like, "I'm the hero."
Yeah, that's the vibe I got.
And all the more reason to try to make yourself out to be a fake hero after the worst cataclysm in the universe. Saying,
yeah, especially if there's a vacuum of heroes because they all fucking died.
They all dead.
Saying maybe.
And
anyway.
maybe Happy is just like,
No,
I really
it looks like Happy's fucking boning Aunt May.
Exactly. He's like, man, my best friend died. What do I need? I need to get up in this Aunt May.
Good for Happy.
Jon Favreau's like, man, fucking finally I'm getting something out of these movies.
He looked like hell.
They kick me out of the director's chair, but now I'm going to fuck Marissa Tomei.
So
Moving on up.
Onto the lists.
The Vetter sent in a whole bunch of lists. They're starting off with our top 6 comic book artists, which, boy, turns out that's hard to do.
And how did we get this far without doing that list?
Yeah, it's kind of nuts. We've only been doing this shit for like 10 years, so,
Well, we've only really been doing the top 6
we haven't really
for
been
a little
hardcore
while.
in the lists.
Yeah, lists is only, the past year?
Yeah.
Hasn't even been a full year?
No, it's not been a full year, but it's
Yeah,
been pretty recent.
I've been enjoying this evolution of the show, though. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's fun. Not mad about it. So, yeah, man, real difficult when, you've been doing this shit for fucking ever. It's kind of nuts. But I'll get it started. So,
got some good responses. Some people still don't know. They don't understand what a list is or what 6 is, but it's cool.
No. So I'm gonna Jose style. We're gonna shout out.
Bam!
Shout out
To,
all day, all night.
Francesco Francavilla.
He makes a good thing.
Makes a lot of good things. Stuart Amonin.
He make a good thing.
Alex Maleev.
Yeah.
Does good things, but a very specific set of things.
Yeah. You
don't
can't put him
believe in
on just
everything.
anything.
That thing he does really well, but not
Yes.
super versatile.
But you know, I would love just for the ridiculousness to see him do like a Teen Titans Go comic.
Right? But like I remember, like every once in a while, like some Avengers would show up in Daredevil, and like
And it looked fucking weird.
yeah, like seeing him draw Iron Man is strange. Like it's weird. I got to throw up Joe Quesada up there, and fucking Jock, man. Jock is really, really great.
Jock 420.
Jock 420. But again, like, you know, not super versatile, just but really fucking solid.
He has a wheelhouse.
Absolutely. So, all right.
And
So
it's
on the
weird.
throwing,
Some of them glaucoma.
Michael Turner up there, man. Like, Michael Turner made me want to learn to draw. Like, he was that guy for me, maybe even more so than, like, Jim Lee, who was also on the list. But those guys were fucking, like, formative years. Like, this is kind of what made what comics is to me, is those fucking dudes. And maybe a lot of that has to do with the fact that I've been reading the Fathom Omnibus, but goddamn, this looks so fucking great.
Well, those late 90s, early to mid 2000s, like that was the style at the time.
Yeah. And he was like the man for that.
Right.
And I remember I was at the Wizard show where they kind of announced that he died, and it was a fucking bummer. It was awful.
Yeah.
It was terrible. But you know, a guy was like 27 and just fucking legacy. Fucking legacy.
Is that it? Jesus.
Yes. Yeah. But think about all the stuff you left behind, man. Like, it's kind
Yeah.
of crazy. And Jim Lee's on there. Absolutely, Jim Lee's on there because he's one of those dudes that, like, oh, you kind of close your eyes, think of comics, and it probably looks like Jim Lee drew it. Like, he's one of those fucking guys, you know, like that's who the hell he is. And he's a fucking pro, super sweet guy. Like everyone has no one has a bad Jim Lee story, which is really great. I like that too.
Loves M&Ms.
Loves M&Ms. Next we're going Mark Bagley, because Bagley's one of those guys that's been around for fucking ever, but I feel like he gets better. Like the stuff he did on Venom last year looks fantastic, and it's still Bagley for sure.
Yeah.
But it doesn't look the same as like Ultimate Spider-Man or Amazing Spider-Man from back in the day. Like it's definitely an evolution, but still in the same wheelhouse.
Yeah, I really like his stuff right now. I think there was a short time where he did kind of get burnt out from just doing too many issues of Ultimate Spider-Man.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
But he was in the thick of the like symbiote era. It looks like Amazing Spider-Man, Venom, like that's besides like a McFarlane, that's 90s Spider-Man pretty much.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, he designed all those symbiotes in the Lethal Protector miniseries that are in the movie now. Like he's a big fucking guy. Like, and no one talks about him as being like one of the greats. And I think he's absolutely one of the greats. We're gonna throw up a new guy. We're gonna throw Sean Murphy on the list. I love that fucking Batman book he did. I really liked Tokyo Ghost rather. That was fucking awesome. The Chrononauts book he did with Miller a few years ago. Like that's a guy who is incredibly versatile. That guy can draw fucking anything. It always looks awesome, and I'll read anything that guy draws because it looks like nothing else. Like it looks like his stuff and nothing else. It's fantastic.
I mean, he's got a little bit of a Frank Miller vibe to it, but then like kind of that sketchiness of Lineal U. I see a little bit in there.
I can see that. Yeah, let's see a little bit of that.
Yeah.
But like I like the way that guy draws cars and shit, which is not something I say about a lot of people.
Yeah, I got a Batmobile right here.
Draws a kick-ass Batmobile. And then I'm going to put number 2 up as a tie between Alex Milne and Casey Collar. And those guys, they were the kind of the primary artists for IDW's Transformers, like More Than Meets the Eye and the main Transformers book. Because the way those guys make fucking robots emote and
but
fucking
still look
feel
like robots. Yeah.
It's so dynamic, and like Milne in particular would draw, like a lot of guys, they'll draw Transformers and they'll just be like black glove hands.
Yeah.
But like he'll draw every joint as if it's a robot hand.
Yeah, knuckles and
Everything, and like like a fucking like a hinge in the center of the palm. Like everything that guy draws has to work. When he draws Transformers, he engineers the transformations, and so like he knows this stuff has to look this certain way at this point during the process. Like it's incredible. Like it's genius. And that's not a lot of people can pull that off. That's why there's only ever been a handful like real kind of superstar artists on stuff like that, and those guys are the fucking biz. Alex Milne on his Twitter has been putting up the past week or so robot versions of Ninja Turtles characters, and they're fucking awesome.
That sounds fucking cool.
He did a robot Shredder, Bebop and Rocksteady, and then just maybe yesterday or today finished up a robot Splinter, and it's like the 2012 Splinter, and it's fucking dope.
Did you see the first picture that NECA posted of the movie Shredder?
It looks good.
That face, though. I don't like the face. But it's behind a mask, so fuck it.
Yeah, I don't think I saw the maskless one.
Yeah, me either, yeah.
Oh, no. Like, the picture I saw was with the mask on, but, like, the eyes and stuff through the mask, wasn't a huge fan.
It could be prototype.
Yeah. And
Could
that's
be.
the quarter scale, and then they're going to shrink it down for 1/12, so.
You're all over that shit, I imagine.
Oh, yeah. Even if the face looks dumb.
And then number one, like no questions asked, it's Humberto Ramos.
Umberto!
Love Humberto Ramos, man. Like
He's got good shit.
everything that guy draws looks awesome.
We've gotten some video of that guy.
Super cartoony, big expressions. His Crimson book was the first comic I ever got the entire run of back in the day.
Crimson, yep.
Love that shit. Boom put out some awesome hardcovers of that whole thing a couple years ago. Snatched them shits up before they went out of print because they looked awesome.
Oh, I like this Age of Apocalypse cover he did.
Yeah, it's fucking great. His Spider-Man stuff is legendary. He illustrated the Paul Jenkins story where Norman Osborn and Spider-Man kind of came to a truce. They got tired of trying to kill the shit out of each other. Like it's a great story, and that's like with all the crazy like armored goblin with the giant crazy cartoon eyes. Like that guy's the fucking best. He's
There's
got a
some
good
good
villain, too.
shit in that Paul Jenkins run.
Yeah, that Paul Jenkins run is really, really good. He did some of his Venom stuff is fucking great. I love when he draws Venom. He did a bunch of the Spider Island stuff. He did some X-Force too, X-Men stuff during kind of like the Messiah Complex era too. That was really great. Just
Oh yeah, he did do that.
man, fucking just A+. This fucking guy, like wonderful stuff. So yeah, let's go to the Twitter for one now. Let's see what we got. We got actually a lot of responses.
Kristen Allen gave us her top 6 line/ink work people, and then her top 6 painters.
Love it.
All right, so line/ink work edition. Number 6, Kenneth Rocafort. Number 5, Joel Jones. Number 4, Joshua Middleton.
Joel Jones. Hell yeah.
Number 3, Ryan Sook. Number 2, John Romita and Jack Kirby. And then number 1, Frank Miller. Which
yeah, I think it's easy to look at new Frank Miller, which is kind of a mess, but man.
And just his ideology. But Sin
Yeah.
City, man, I've got all those books. And that is just a certain type of style, man. Love it. And then Painter Edition, 6, J.G. Jones, who I know from Wanted.
Yeah, absolutely.
Number 5, Joe Chiodo, who I believe was one of the directors of Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Not true. Number 5, Bill Sienkiewicz, right? That's how you pronounce
Such an
it?
asshole for not putting him on my list.
Sienkiewicz, right? Not Sinkowicz.
Have you ever heard how Bill Sienkiewicz got hired at Marvel?
No, tell us the story, Kelly.
It's a fucking amazing story. So Neil Adams calls up the Marvel office and just says, "Hey, do you want a kid that draws like me?" And they said yes. And they hired Bill Sienkiewicz. And for like 2 issues, he drew like Neil Adams. And he was like, well, let's get weird.
Yeah.
And now we have Bill Sienkiewicz as he is.
That's fucking incredible.
And then she's got number 3, Dan Brereton. Number 2, Alex Ross. And then number 1, tie between Brian Stelfreeze and Bruce Timm. Honorable mention to all the Vampirella artists.
Love that. Fucking anyone who drew Vampirella, you made the fucking list. Love that. Love it.
And Alex Ross, I definitely thought about putting on my list, but I remember when they rebooted Invaders, and they did all the covers were all Alex Ross covers, and I was like, dope, into it, but then none of the interiors were Alex Ross. And I was like, oh.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a bait and switch.
Oh.
I remember a few years ago, Dynamite did this book called Masks, and the first issue was drawn completely by Alex Ross. And then every issue after was just drawn by the shitbaggiest dudes they found for $5 a page.
I watched that, what was it, CBS This Morning? Jose, you sent that clip of Alex Ross.
Mm-hmm.
They toured his home and kind of did a profile on him. It was pretty good. He's got his own little Rancho Obi-Wan going on down there.
John Michael hit us up on the Twitter and said, first and foremost, this is impossible, which I appreciate. It says number 6, a tie between Jock and Scott McDaniel.
Jock 420.
Jock 420.
Did you guys
That
see
makes
that
me
we
laugh every time I see it.
Doug Mankey, which I was just thinking about him the other day. Like, that's a guy that's got some fucking staying power.
Yeah.
Like,
And he's
and
only
also
gotten
has-
better over the years.
exactly, has completely. You look at like fucking like The Mask, and then compare that to the stuff he's doing on Superman. It's night and day. Like, it's crazy how much better it is. It's amazing. Number
Doug
4,
Mankey needs his own podcast called Mankey Panky.
God damn it. Number 4, Jim Lee.
That can go right after What's Shaking. I think that's my biggest regret on the Comic-Con scene is not pitching that to him.
Hey, you can still pitch it to him.
Yeah.
What's Shaking?
He's probably.
That's
I
awesome.
think he's been laying low lately, though.
He must have said some shit.
Wait,
Piss some people off.
yeah, he did piss some people off.
Yeah.
Come piss some people off with us.
Number 4, Jim Lee. Number 3, a tie between Phil Hester and Mike McCone. That's
Phil
really
Hester.
good. That's solid. Number 2, Dan Mora, who was the primary artist on some of those Power Ranger books from Boom,
Yeah.
and
Give
did
me
all the
more
artwork
of that.
in game. And like, dude is legit. Like, it's really, really good stuff.
He draws the fuck out of Klaus every year.
Of clowns?
Klaus, the Christmas.
Oh, that's right. He does do
Santa
that too.
Claus one?
Yeah. And that's fun stuff. I do enjoy the clout.
Who's the artist that JM hates? Tony.
Braxton?
Daniel?
Probably Tony Daniel,
Is
I
it
think.
Tony?
Yeah,
Is it
Tony
Tony
Daniel
Daniel?
sucks. That's the one that Juan hates too, because he cockblocked him.
Yeah, it's Tony Daniel. JM hates Tony Daniel.
Look at these Spider-Man covers. It's good stuff. Dan Mora, good stuff. I like it. Number 1, fucking Stuart Immonen. I'm glad Immonen getting some love because that guy's fucking great. Also, it says Patrick Gleason, Ivan Reyes, Jamal Campbell, David Marquez, Sarah Pacelli, Ed Bennis, and Mike Diodato are some of my favorites. Fucking
Ditto.
Mike Diodato.
Diodato.
Shit, how did I forget about Diodato?
Diodato. That
Diodato.
that X-Men poster Immonen did with First Class in the middle, and then you got Cyclops and Magneto on one side.
Yeah.
And then, that's great.
What you got, Kelly?
All right. I got a bunch of shout outs.
I love
Oh,
it. I love it.
man.
Shout out.
All right. Frank Miller.
Nice.
Michelle Fife. Jim Steranko. David Aja. Frank Quitely. Howard Chaykin. And Takeshi Obata.
What a dickhead I am. Like, of course.
Takeshi Obata, he wrestles for Big Japan, right?
He does. He also draws Death Note.
We were listening to last week's podcast on the way to Disney the other night, and Kelly was doing his top 6 of 2018, and he names his number 1, which is that Big Japan wrestler Takeshi
Masashi Takeda.
Masashi Takeda. And I say to Miriam's like I know Kelly talks about a lot of Japan shit, but I don't think he's ever mentioned this guy. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm probably wrong.
I mean, I know I've definitely mentioned him.
Okay.
He said, "No, you wrong as fuck."
All right, number 6, Darwin Cook.
Yeah.
Love
See,
his
this is
kinda-
hard. Every time when someone comes up, I think of someone I fucking forgot to even
I
mention.
know.
Damn.
Love his retro style. Loved his adaptations of the Parker books. Those were so good. I'm so sad we don't get any more of those. And just really great, just all around artist.
I think I like his spirit the best.
Yes, definitely. No, I'd totally agree.
I like his spirit, and I like his aura, and just his general, just positive attitude.
Blow's a good color.
Number 5, Kentaro Miura. He is the artist of Berserk and is one of the greatest line work artists that I've ever seen.
That shit's crazy.
Yeah, no, it's the level of detail he puts in his stuff shows you why sometimes a volume of Berserk takes 3 years to come out.
What was the name of that dude that did the Frankenstein books that you liked, Lee? The guy that died recently? Infantino?
Bernie Wrightson.
Bernie
that
Wrightson,
shit
yeah.
is insane.
That's what this kind of looks like. It reminds me of Bernie Wrightson a little bit.
Yeah. And one thing I'll say about Miria is that he's the greatest architect to ever not make a building. Because, the level of detail that goes into the buildings in his manga is fucking insane.
Yeah, even just, the armor and stuff, it looks functional.
Yeah. No, it's completely nuts. The level of detail is so crazy. And goddamn if it doesn't look great. Number 4, Jack Kirby.
Get
Love that
old
art.
Jack.
I will say, not the most polished guy, but goddamn if he can't make a good-ass action scene.
Yeah. There was some Kirby art that came across my Twitter timeline in the past couple of weeks, and it was just full on, full throttle, Kirby to the max.
Yeah.
And it was just kind of calm down, Jack.
Yeah, there's an energy to his stuff that no one else has. Yeah,
Like your aura,
love it.
kid. You can draw
Yeah.
my book anytime. See?
Number 3, Lee, I'm actually surprised you didn't have him. Sean Phillips.
Oh shit, yeah.
Yeah, love Sean Phillips. Love his kind of noir influenced stuff and everything he's done with
came
that
back last
Brubaker.
week and it was fucking great.
Yep, it did.
Shout out.
Shouts out.
I want to shout mine out now before I forget because I did not have them on my shout out list. But shout you out now. Boop boop. You. You know you.
Me? Me?
Yeah, Sean Phillips.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying. I would like to second nominate a shout out on my end.
Oh,
I did not have him. You reminded me of him. I don't want to forget a shout out.
We got it.
What do you know him from, Jose?
He does the
Also, when is my birthday?
June 29th.
Yes.
Second.
Correct.
What? Not Lawless. Fate Fatale and the other one.
Fatal, yeah. Fatal. for
Criminal.
sure. And Lawless was a character in Criminal, so yeah.
Yeah.
What was it? Criminal. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good shit.
It was a pretty dope Two-Face I just found.
Oh, yeah, he does a ton of cool stuff. And number 2, Junji Ito. Love his...
I almost put him on my list, but such a new find for me. It was kind of tough to justify, but man,
Yeah, no, everything he draws is horrifying, and I love it.
Oh,
I have a sweatshirt of Junji Ito's art that I got for Christmas. That's of the story from Shiver, where the guy was just putting on the scalps of his dead relatives.
oh my god, yeah.
And so, like, down the sleeve is just a bunch of scalps.
That's fucking amazing.
this chick is riding a bunch of giant sausages while being chased by Starro.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, that's Junji
This
Ito
has
right
got
there.
a little bit of a Steve Dillon vibe to it. Some of the stuff is just gross.
Oh, yeah. No, his art's disgusting. I love it. Like, some of the most deeply upsetting images I've ever seen.
Frankly, one of the, if not the most upsetting image I've ever seen, is in that Shiver book, where a boy pins his sister to the ground and presses his hands into the side of his face, and like all like fucking 50 of the pimples on his face ooze pus onto his sister's face below. It's fucking disgusting. Like it's one of the worst things I've ever seen.
Got it.
Yeah.
You fucking turn the page, see that, you're like, oh,
There
oh,
it is.
So this is what it's like to never be happy again. I understand.
Yep.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, it's
It's like a Play-Doh fun factory.
Yeah, and
wrong
in
with them?
context, it's terrible. Like in
Yeah.
context, it's so much worse.
What is happening in Japan? Is this still like from Hiroshima? Like there's still effects? Is that why everything's so weird in Japan? Kelly.
it might be. But yeah, I recommend, if you like horror at all, check out Junji Ito's work. It'll fuck you up
Man.
real good.
He went really off the rails after the O.J. Simpson verdict, didn't he?
He said, "I've seen some shit."
And then my number one.
You know who inked it though? Kato.
I was waiting for it. I
didn't want to disappoint. He's on the new Big Brother, and he's like, "Oh, you think I'm new to being a house guest?"
Oh my
That's
god.
fucked up.
Yeah, it kind of is. Like, you're
Yeah.
famous for being the house guest. Somebody got their throat slit, and here you are making fucking jokes about it.
Yeah, but he's not making jokes about the
No, he's making
murder.
jokes about it.
What's the joke about? What's that? What's that joke about?
It's about like he was known as a house guest
I've lived in a house before.
And why? Why does anybody know him? as a
because of the murders, but he wasn't a
Okay.
house guest because of the murders. You know, yes, okay,
He's
yes.
famous because of the
He's
murder.
not joking about the murder, though. Is my point.
But the base of the joke is the murder.
But also,
Yeah.
it's 2019. Like, I think it's we can joke about it.
Oh, so we can not be fucking all sensitive about that because it's 20 years old?
Oh, I'm sorry, Grandpa. These
Feeling
kids
travel
today
time
are
as well.
just too soft.
You knew Jose was a snowflake. I'm just saying.
Oh man.
And
Triggered.
Kelly's number one.
Number
Yeah,
one.
no, fucking Judge Ito
Kato
triggers
Kalin.
me. Bearded
number
Asians trigger me too.
Number one is Akira Toriyama
Oh no, not another one!
of Dragon Ball fame. Love his art. Probably the first manga I ever read was Dragon Ball. His design work is some of my favorite. I recently picked up a art book that Viz put out of all the Akira Toriyama designs. Bless you.
Bless.
For the first 14 Dragon Quest games, and it is a gorgeous book.
So yeah, he just straight up made Dragon Ball.
Yeah,
Like
he
that-
made Dragon Ball, he did Dr. Slump, he's done a bunch of other just like short series as well.
Yeah, when you think
But yeah,
of Dragon Ball, like that's his art essentially.
He's the Jack Kirby of Japan.
Right.
Like I love all of his design work. Anytime he just gets to draw cool cars or like dinosaurs or weird aliens. I love it.
I wonder
yeah,
if
he's
CB
my
Cebulski
favorite.
sees his name and he's like, oh man,
Dinolanians?
oh man, Akira Toriyama. That's such a cool ass name.
It is a cool name.
What was CB Cebulski? He was Akira Yoshida.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Haven't really heard much out of CB lately.
He's still going strong.
He's still going, but he's keeping a
He's all
low.
about that food now.
He's keeping that low prof.
Awesome. Solid list, man. Solid
Thank you.
list.
We're Japan bros.
Let's see. Tito hit us up on.
Tito.
What?
He says,
Another happy birthday.
everyone comes after Kirby, John Romita, Simonson, Miller, Frazetta. That being said, classic Paolo Rivera. You can see his influences of great artists everywhere. Brian Stelfreeze, his paintings ooze his coolness. I love for Stelfreeze. I like that. Alex Ross, and just says Marvels! Exclamation point. Fair enough. Jim Lee, when I think comics, I see his art. Sienkiewicz plays between the lines of abstract and surreal. And then number one, Darwin Cook. Classic look with a twist of modern. Love it.
Darwin Clook and Dagger.
And he says, I didn't rank them because at any time, any one of them can be number one. Tough to come up with just 6 and leave off Turner, Capullo, Byrne, Art Adams, Tim Sale, Will Eisner, and many more. He left it to 6 that would continue to impact him personally. Happy birthday, Tito.
Happy
birthday, Tito. Love it.
Bless you. My
So
sweet
what you
boy.
got, Nice?
All right. Let's see. Pull up my doc. Shout out / honorable mention. Just because they're great artists that are just in our community, and they should be working at Marvel and DC doing comics, and that's Kristen Allen and Adam Hicks. They've done so much good work for us over the years. And without a doubt, 2 of my favorite artists, even though it might not be necessarily comic book work, but I've got more Adam Hicks and Kristen Allen on my walls than I have any other artist.
I was putting this list together today, and I said, it's tough. And Zoe says, what? And I said, I'm trying to put together the list for the show. She said, what's that? And I said, favorite comic artist. And she said, I swear to God. She goes, well, my number one is Adam Hicks. I'm like, oh, that's very sweet. And he's,
Nice.
yeah, I fucking get it. I totally get it. Love that boy. Good stuff.
So my number 6, because this dude, I assume drew my favorite version of comic book Ninja Turtles of all time. I'm gonna go with Mateus Santaluco.
Yeah.
For the
Ooh,
yeah.
Santaluco has a new book out tomorrow. TMNT Shredder in Hell.
What?
Written and drawn by him.
Oh man,
He said, we
I
going
flipped-
to hell, bitch.
I might have
I
to dip
flipped
my
through it.
tootsies.
It looks real cool.
Oh man, I might. Do you guys do mail order at World of Wonders?
No.
Oh, okay.
I wish we did.
No. I'll have to call my homies up at Acme Superstore, see what's up.
There you go.
All right, number 5. This is a twofer for number 5, because 2 of my favorite posters that I had on my wall up until very recently, and way back since the 90s, is this Art Adams giant X-Men painting, giant size X-Men. So it's the Wolverine and the Colossus, but it's not the comic cover art. It's the real good looking painting. Love that, and love most of Art Adams' other work. And then X-Men Age of Apocalypse Alpha, I had the poster for that, and that's Joe Madureira.
Oh,
And
yeah.
just one of my favorite pieces of 90s trash art. And I loved the whole X-Men Age of Apocalypse shit. So that is pretty iconic for me. Number 4, when I got back into my number 4 and number 3 is from when I got back into comics, right around when PoP was starting up, and it was Mighty Avengers and New Avengers, and it was Frank Cho on Mighty Avengers and Leinil Francis Yu on New Avengers, and
Yep.
I love both of those dudes, and Frank Cho draws some of the donkiest dunks in the history of comic books, but also like just super dynamic comic booky, like strong looking characters.
Clean
He does love a
lines.
butt.
Yeah, no, like bless that man and his butts. Just some of the best butts in comics, without a doubt.
Yeah,
And then-
I should have put him on my list because you're totally right. Like just clean lines, expressive, iconic. Like it's his stuff when you see it right away. And like, have you ever seen some of the stuff from the art books he did?
Yes,
Like just like pencil renderings, and they're incredible, absolutely fucking incredible. That guy.
And Leinil Yu, like really cool painted style, and those books were just so vastly different visually. But I like them both a whole lot. And
Yeah, good call.
number 2, Lee Bermejo, just based on the Joker and what was it? It was a Christmassy Batman book he also did.
Batman Noel.
Yes. And just super cool and just perfect for that format and that kind of story, and the way he drew all of those Batman villains in kind of an updated, grittier way. Super cool. And then number 1, gave the man some damn strawberry peanut butter M&Ms. Did the art for one of the greatest selling comics of all time, X-Men number 1. Gonna give it to Jim Lee. Talk about iconic, and part of my childhood is that X-Men number 1. Bought it at a flea market. Thought I was gonna be a millionaire. I got the one with Beast on the cover. And
Nice.
Yeah, Jim Lee basically designed those 90s X-Men that in turn became the cartoon, and those designs have persevered for
To the point where the new X-Men book coming out, where Cyclops is back from the dead or whatever, he's wearing the fucking Jim Lee costume again.
Right.
Yeah.
And besides his X-Men work, I'm not really a big fan of his Image stuff. Like Wildcats was an okay cartoon, but none of that really does it for me. But Hush was my reintroduction to
Hush.
Jim Lee artwork. I read Hush for the first time long after it was first printed, but another Joker, that shot of the Joker kind of like crouched down on the dumpster in the rain, just skinny and gaunt and crazy looking. And anytime we've ever encountered Jim Lee, he's just been super nice. Sometimes we gotta frame out his bald spot, but that's not his fault.
But we got your back.
We
Jim.
got his back. Yeah, it's
We
Jim
got
Lee.
your
We gotta
back.
make Jim Lee look good, man. Everybody.
Exactly. We're not because if you look bad, we didn't do our jobs.
Like, I got video of Jim Lee talking to camera at a Comic-Con in China. How fucking wild is that? It's fucking wild.
It's been a hell of a trip. Nice.
Yeah.
Fucking, that's great. That's awesome. What we got on Facebook?
The Facebook. We got a lot of people that don't understand a numbered list. Let's go. Adam Hicks. His personal top 6 in no particular order. Amanda Connor. Amanda Connor, I like a lot. I love the Pro. The Pro is like my essential Amanda Connor.
And we wouldn't have been able to beat the Terminator without it.
It's true. It's true. Good old Amanda Connor is John Connor's cool ass aunt. If you didn't know. Adam also
So
has
what? Sarah don't let you smoke stogies? Come here.
That's the second time you said stogie this episode. Bringing stogie back. Then we got Mike Waringo. Am I saying that correctly?
Good pull.
Man, comic artists' names are really hard. Kevin McGuire, Jeff Smith, Scotty Young, and Darwin Cook again. Darwin Cook, I think, is probably the number one listed artist we've gotten.
No surprises in that list, man. Like, look at the way that guy's style.
Sure.
All that shit makes sense.
Yeah,
that makes so much sense.
Amanda Connor, I could see a lot in.
Absolutely.
Like I got the print that he did for Pop of Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy and Catwoman and for the
looking at it right now.
Kirby dots, and yeah, that's definitely got an Amanda Connor style to it. But he also has a style all to himself, and just killing it.
Me if you want to live.
Killing it on tattoos lately, man. Like, God.
Yeah, his tattoos are rad.
It's been this year. It'll have been 10 years, I think, since my last tattoo. That sucks.
I got the itch real bad.
Yeah.
Tattoo party at Adam's house.
Then we got a few more here on Facebook if we want to run through these.
Hit it.
Doug chimes in. Thanks for listening, Doug. Alan Davis, Art Adams, Walt Simonson, Mike Grell, Neil Adams, and Dan DiCarlo. Honorable mentions to John Byrne, Darwin Cook, Scotty Young, and Brian Hitch. You know, that if I had to put together a list that I think would be Doug's list, this is pretty close.
Yeah, that checks out.
Yeah.
And then we got Jonathan Rodriguez with Jay Lee, Jerome Opeña, Mikhail Janin, Sean Murphy, Jeff Shaw, and Jamie McKelvey.
Huh. Interesting.
How about some Juan? You want some Juan? Number
I'll
six,
like some Juan.
Number 6, Art Adams.
Shout out to Juan.
Shout out Juan. Number 5, Sophie Campbell. Number 4, Jen Bartel. Finally, it's not such a sausage party in here. Thanks, Juan. Bringing some ladies to the dance.
Ladies.
I don't know. I mean, either of those Japanese people that Kelly mentioned could have been ladies. Who knows? I didn't. I just looked at their art. I didn't look at pictures of them. Number 3, Jim Aparo. Number 2, Keith Giffen. And number 1, George Perez.
Yeah, that's quintessential comic book there.
Remember that time we got Shia LaBeouf, ours got Hallie Taylor right next to George Perez.
I was just gonna say that. Who's down this aisle? Oh, just George Perez and Shia LaBeouf. No big whoop.
You're welcome.
And
also, fuck Chad Michael Murray.
Oh, fuck Chad Michael Murray, man.
What a douche.
And then last here, this is on the population group. We got Jerry Whitworth with Jose Luis Garcia Lopez, George Perez again, Neil Adams again, Alex Toth, Jim Aparo, and Carmine Infantino.
Ooh, that's a good poll.
Carmine
Infantino. What's your urologist's name, Jose or Lee? Dr. What?
Oh, Tepadino.
Dr. Tepadino.
Mike Tepadino.
How's your balls doing?
Tepadino di Diodato.
Man does good work, has tiny hands.
Oh, God bless. Always warm.
Always
You're
good.
blowing loads there, Lee.
How the loads going?
Not bad. Solid.
That still
Solid
hurt.
work. What's that?
I said it still hurt.
No, we're good now. We're good.
You're fucking nuts. They
He'll
still
spin it
have
right
a
up.
what?
He'll spin it right up. It's fine.
Tell
The
me
last
about
one
your
on
junk a little.
last one on the Twitter, got Juggalo John writes in number 6, Frank Miller. Number 5, Akira Toriyama.
Wow,
Nice.
look at that.
Yep. Number 4, Frank Cho. Number 3, Greg Capullo. I should have put Capullo on my list. It's too fucking many.
I'm shocked you didn't.
I don't know how that happened. Number 2, Nick Bradshaw. And number 1 to Scotty Young. Nice. And then,
Honorable mention to anyone with an animation style, he says also.
yep. And then last, we got an email sent to us to popcast@PanelsOnPages.com from Better. He says, it's always great to learn about artists and perhaps hear a name I have yet to discover. Art has been a big part of my life got my degree in Master's in Commercial Art and have always had a fondness for it, largely in part to my top pick for this list. Let's
Remember
get to it.
when he drew naked Jose riding an eagle?
Oh, God.
That if I knew what Twitter was, I would make that my.
It
profile
still
picture.
is, motherfucker.
Wink, wink.
Shout outs to the OG, Ditko, Adams, Kirby, and company. Also, shout outs to Alex Ross, Adam Hughes, Frank Fazetta, Frank Miller, Tom McFarland, Fiona Staples. Fuck, Fiona Staples. God damn it.
Hughes is great, too.
Yeah. Lanil Yu, Alex Maleev. Far too many to name.
Hughes?
Just an honorable shout out to Rob Liefeld. You may rock a pair of 501s, but you never rock a pencil again.
Hughes,
Also, to
Not
Greg
gonna
Land.
lie, the Rob almost made my list.
I could see
Also,
that
to Greg
happening.
Land for passing off work that can barely be considered art.
Oh, my God. Hughes isn't so obsessed with butts as Frank Cho is, but Hughes draws some nice, strong-looking women.
Yeah, no, he does.
All right, number 6. I'm taking artistic license here and putting the cartoonist in the spot. Scotty Young, Darwin Cook, Sergio Argonis, Art Baltazar, and Rob Guillory. All tremendous, but it's hard to pit one over the other.
Oh, yeah, man.
Number 5, Michael Turner. Always loved his stuff. It speaks to his impact given that they still put his work on variants after his passing. A talent gone too soon.
Also, shout out Ted Turner.
Right. Number 4, Sienkiewicz. Number 3, John Severin. A deep cut for Lee here. He worked on a lot of war and Western comics along with some Hulk. I knew him for drawing for Crack Magazine. I loved his style and ability to get likenesses of celebrities down.
Oh, shit. Who did? Who was that?
John Severin.
Dan Severin.
I loved Cracked magazine. I was a Cracked guy more than I was a Mad guy, but I got both of them.
Number 2, here we go. David Mack. He is good. Like, really, really good.
And just fucking
Fine art meets comics.
handsome man.
Very handsome.
Strong upper body.
And then number 1, Jim Lee, the man, the epitome of what a comic book should look like. I got into comics through the X-Men and enjoyed Sylvester and Adams' works, but it was when I saw a Jim Lee drawing Wolverine that I was hooked forever. I started redrawing all of his stuff and eventually branched into other mediums. But it was then I focused on drawing instead of doodling. The details, style, lines, anatomy, all perfect. Fucking solid list, Vetter. So take us home, Jose. What you got?
All right,
well,
shout out.
we do still have a couple more on the PoP Facebook page. We got
Okay. All right, what do you got?
All right, run down.
Sorry. Because I posted on the Facebook page and then also in the population group, and we sometimes get answers on both. So we got Ben chimes in. Shout outs to Kirby, Jim Lee, Darwin Cook, Jim Aparo, and Alex Ross. Number 6 is George Perez. His work just screams superhero. Number 5, John Romita Sr., still the number 1 Spider-Man artist in his opinion. Number 4, Gabriel Rodriguez. Gabriel Rodriguez. I've only seen his work on Lock and Key, but that's some of the best comic art I've seen in years. 3, Alex Maleev. His Daredevil art helped bring me back to comics. Jose, Maleev, was he at that Bodies
Science
exhibit?
thing?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Where he was just drawing the things and
Right.
people had no idea they were standing next to a fucking legend.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I thought that was him, but, after a while, all the faces and names kind of blend together. Number 2, Fiona Staples. Her work on Saga is flawless. And
What a
number
dumb
1,
man.
John Byrne, the definitive X-Men and Fantex 4 artist for Ben.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
good
no, I'd
call.
agree.
And then Brian Canello gave his 3, which were Scotty Young, Mike Allred, and Eric Powell. And then Ariel.
What's up, Airwolf? Shout out, Airwolf.
Shout out Airwolf.
Shout
Just
out.
says Granado. I don't know if that's a first name. I don't know if that's a last name. I don't know.
Fucking Rob Granito.
Oh, is it? Is he trying to reference
I
Rob
think he's being
Granito?
cute.
Oh man, that's like, wow. Thanks for coming, Airwolf.
Shouts out to 2008.
And just butchered the spelling. Like, if we asked Jose to spell Rob Granito right now, I think he would nail Airwolf spelling. How do you spell Granito, Jose?
What, Granito?
Yeah, Rob Granito.
Granito?
Yeah.
R-O-B, bitch.
Fucking got him. You're a delight.
That's the best thing I've heard all fucking day, Jose. R.O.B., bitch.
Hey, it's that line we talked about, that razor's edge.
That razor's edge will take us home.
Shout out. He's not I don't know, just a sweet-ass artist. Stefan Dino. Pretty sure I may have butchered that. Not for sure. Tino can correct me.
Stefan, like...
Hold on. I'm looking it up. Other thing. But either way, shout out Alex Maleev. His shit's good. The fucking Moon Knight.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. His Midnight was the shit.
Come on now. Fucking Moon Knight. Shout out Edward Russo. Him and I love Azzarello. He drew 100 Bullets.
Oh, Eduardo Riso.
Yes. Yeah. He's kind of like...
Edward.
Ed Russo.
Oh, did I say Edward? Eduardo? He's like fucking Hans Zimmer, the homeboy.
Just kind of scoring the work.
Yeah.
Cool. Nice.
Shout out Eastman and Laird.
Oh, that's a good shout out.
I mean, I wouldn't love Turtles if it wasn't for them.
Right.
I mean, they are Turtles.
But their art is also kind of trash. But yeah, I get it.
Right. But, it sits at home to me. A little deep place. That's why I shout out. They didn't make the top 6, but shout out. Then I also got Sean Murphy, Cliff Chang.
Ooh, Cliff Chang. That's a good one.
Cliff Chang's work on, what was it? Wonder Woman. The new Azzarello's Wonder Woman run.
Fucking wonderful design work in that Wonder Woman run.
Yeah. And it fit. It fit Azzarello's storytelling.
His Hades might be my favorite, ever.
Yeah, very, very, and handled Wonder Woman really well. And I think that was Wonder Woman was coming back. You know what I mean? The movie was doing good, or about to come out. Fucking the artwork was spectacular. The story writing was great. Shout out. Number 6, Mike Diodato. Diodato. Just fucking great work. His, what was it, Dark Avengers?
Yeah, fuck yeah, man.
That's mainly my first brush with them, or my most known of his work. But I just love that intense, not so cartoony artwork. That's just fucking poetry. Number 5, Riley Rossimo, which I keep wanting to call him
great
Massimo.
Pull, man.
You don't know how many times I wrote down Riley Massimo.
Well, I think it's Rossmo anyhow. So
I was at Massimo.
What do you know Riley Rossmo from?
Cowboy Ninja Viking.
There it is.
He did Bedlam too, didn't he?
Yeah, Bedlam was so fucking cool, man.
It sucks that book never finished.
Yeah.
But great artwork, very a different flow, a different feel, very off-putting, edgy, kind of sweet-ass fucking sweet digs, bro. Dig it. Number 4, Lee Bermejo. I could just fucking... If he was the Playboy artist, I don't even know I would know there was tits in that book. That's how good his fucking artwork is.
Wow. Playboy magazine.
Number 3, Capullo. Probably, if you want to say comic book rock star.
Sure.
Like if Capullo's name doesn't fucking jump to the top of the list, you don't know what you're talking about. Because that man is a fucking boss.
Those guys have marketed themselves so well.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Just fucking smart moves. He's got a fucking logo of he's got his own fucking like Batman-esque logo.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
with the devil horns.
Number 2, I'm gonna go old school and keeping it to growing up. Todd McFarlane, because his Spider-Man is what I think of first.
Yeah, that's fair.
His Spider-Man is where I go to first when I think of Spider-Man. And just Spawn is the shit. I loved the cartoon that they did on HBO for a little bit. And just everything about his work. He's nasty. And then getting to shoot him a couple times at comic conventions. Got to shoot one of his like live classes. Not a class, an appearance he was doing at a booth where he just fucking showed you how to draw. And it was cool watching him draw Spawn.
Yeah, in person.
In front of me. Like, it's fucking baller. That's cool shit.
And at that point, he's Todd McFarlane, the CEO. He's there because it's the McFarlane Toys booth. And he's like,
yeah, he was there pushing the
Walking Dead
play sets and shit like that. They had like the prison, the Daryl with the bike.
Right.
That's what they were pushing. But still fucking cool. That is that and shooting fucking the Unbreakable. Pretty cool.
We just got a comment on that video the other day.
Did we? Well, because Glass is coming out.
Good point.
That makes sense.
Good point. Well, you've got the bits at the end that talk about the plans for Unbreakable sequels, so that's very funny that you put that in there. And then there's the comment was about the ending where we got shut down by New York Comic-Con security, and the ending of the video is its own twist ending, and you put M. Night Shyamalan walking on the stage in reverse. Some good stuff.
I don't even remember that. That is nuts. None of that sounds familiar. Holy shit. I don't remember anything you just said.
Oh my god.
Wow. I'm gonna have to rewatch that video. Okay. Holy shit.
Find that motherfucker.
Bringing it back. And then number 1, fucking Jim Lee.
Oh,
that
man.
X-Men is my shit. That's what I like when I remember comics as a kid. I go there first. Is that those covers? Seeing his covers for the first time. It's like, that's fucking, give me some of that.
Give me yum, give me
and
some.
It's just solid work. Like he was with Hush. Like, those designs are so memorable. You don't forget his work.
Yeah, and Hush was genius because it's like, okay, here's a Batman story. We got Jim Lee drawing this Batman story. So let's find some reason to put like all the Batman characters in the story at some point.
Right.
Because we know you want to see Jim Lee draw them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
give him a
the
shot at
greatest hits.
everybody. Here's some story boners and watch him do it. Watch the masterwork. Tito was watching. He does like a live Twitch stream from his house, and he just fucking draws and talks about drawing.
Oh yeah,
that's so cool.
And he does those
nuts.
He does those sketch drops at cons too, where he just does a bunch of sketches and just leaves them around, and it's like a treasure hunt.
That fucking rules, man. That guy's the best.
One name
I did not know that.
One name I noticed that was not on your list, Jose, was Obar.
I love The Crow, but that's really
it. Yeah,
that's it.
Okay.
And I love the artwork is timeless and goes with the story, but I love The Crow more for the story.
Sure.
Not so much the artwork is what got me. It's the overall story and the impact of what The Crow was. The artwork was great, but also I think I had read some of the book, but I don't think I owned it until after the movie. Because I either couldn't find it. I don't know. Who the fuck knows? I couldn't even remember a video I did. Don't hold me to nothing.
Twist ending. You forgot it ever happened.
Yeah. Twist ending. Oh shit, we did that.
You got your mind wiped, just like Spider-Man.
Amen to that. Or did I persevere just like Spider-Man?
That's right.
Yeah, you kept on going.
Go back to school.
Yeah. I went back to school and said, no,
Get up,
I
Jose.
got it.
Get up, Jose. Get up, Jose.
Going back to
Yep.
school.
Well, that was fun, man.
That was fun. Let's see. Fucking for next week. Let's see. We got a
Top 6 balls.
Let's see.
Basket.
How
Soccer.
about top 6 superpowers you would want?
Uh-oh.
We're going to find out who's a pervert.
So, okay. Question. 6
Airs beats Battlestar Galactica.
6 superpowers that we would want
I'm going to
ranked.
make you guys shit your pants.
Ranked, but we have just that superpower, or are we building ourselves an arsenal of superpowers?
I would say if you had to pick one superpower,
Okay,
these are the 6 superpowers you would have if you only pick one.
gotcha.
Yeah. Otherwise, yeah. I see what you're saying, but yeah.
Like stack them.
Right.
Yeah.
I want to fly, and I want to be able to be. You're just Superman by the time your list is over.
Yep.
I want ice breath, and I want heat vision, and I want to be bulletproof. Because all those powers make sense for one guy. That's what I want.
Interesting.
Yeah, I want to do that one. That sounds like fun.
Yeah.
There we go. So, this should be
Power
fun.
to do anything.
Write us your top 6 superpowers you would want. Well, if I can read them shits out in the air next week, it'd be good. So, let's talk comic books. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, boy.
So I'm so ready for this
The
one.
problem with comic books is the ink comes off on your hands. Every time you turn the page, you have to wash your hands.
I actually had physical comic books in my hand today because of this list. Didn't read a single one, but
That's funny. Go Power Rangers is fucking great.
Yeah, it is.
So this story has been Trini and Jason on an alien planet as they're trying to stop Rita from getting the Green Ranger coin, although they don't know that's what they're trying to stop. That's pretty fucking cool because they never really showed how that happened in the show. It just kind of did one day. So that's kind of rad. I like that a lot. I like that they're kind of... I mean, I don't know if they're going to at some point kind of just catch up to where the other book started and then kind of leap ahead or what. I don't know how they're going to do that.
I
because-
think that's probably what they're going to do, especially now with the other book not following that team anymore.
Right. So it's an interesting move, but I'm all for it because I'm liking everything about what they're doing here. It's pretty great. I read Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man #1, and it's like that's fine. I don't know why we need it.
I didn't like the end.
What was the end?
The Aunt May thing.
Oh yeah, fuck that. Like
Where Happy's fucking Aunt May right in the
No.
butt. He walks in. It's
yeah,
like, why are you looking at my aunt that way?
yeah, I don't want that. That's kind of a bummer.
He said,
Yeah.
I'm your new uncle. Uncle Happy.
Also read Man Without Fear #2, #1 last week. I'll not be reading #3. This is fucking pointless. It's just Matt Murdock in the hospital after almost dying. Well, he did die. And it's like, I don't want to be Daredevil anymore. And all the pals like, you should be Daredevil. And he's like, I don't want to be Daredevil anymore. And I'll bet in 3 issues he's going to want to be Daredevil again.
Oh, I guess I'm Daredevil.
Yeah.
Daredevil. Okay.
Yeah. Fucking dumb. Like, this is just a cash grab. And no Hanks. We finished.
Just what I need. Your dumb comic.
We done.
Get out of here.
All in on this Thor Number 9 was fucking awesome. About Agent Roz Solomon.
Oh yeah, that was really good.
Yeah. Mike Del Mundo drawing these Thor characters is fucking great. And they've been talking about this War of the Realms in Thor for a very long time.
Years.
And Jason Aaron is also doing the Core Avengers book now, so like it kind of takes me back to like when this War of the Realms event kicks off, like they'll have earned it.
Yeah.
Like, it feels like a big event that needs to be a big event because this is a big story that they've been planning for years. And it's not like so many of the recent Marvel events where it's like, we need an event now. So here's one. Like, this is like the old ones where they earned it. Like, this needs to be told this way. Like, if they didn't make a big deal out of it at this point, it'd be like, what the fuck have you been doing all this time?
Yeah, it's not a case of, have you considered having another Civil War?
Yeah, what is this? Snoke all over again?
Right. No, this
Got him.
it's going to be huge. I'm very excited about it. And speaking of fucking Avengers, let's talk about Avengers 12. Avengers 12 is where Black Panther and Okoye assemble the agents of Asgard to be the Avengers support staff. Because now Black Panther is chairman of the Avengers. And also, fucking big shout out, Jose style, to Ed McGuinness for, I think, not doing a whole books, but providing comics at 12 consecutive issues doing artwork on Avengers. I never would have guessed that would fucking happen when they put it in. Kind of crazy. But who are the agents of Wakanda supporting the Avengers? Well, you got your Gorilla Man, you got your Wasp. Makes sense. How about some fucking Khazar, Lord of the Savage Land?
Hell yeah.
Go check some shit out. How about Brew, the mutant brood from X-Men back in the day? We're gonna go in there. How about fuck it? Let's bring Morbius and John Jameson the Man Wolf into this shit. Sure, that's like a good time.
John Jameson, Jingleheimer,
We're gonna do American Eagle. We're gonna do Dr. Nemesis. And, how about fucking Fat Cobra?
You know what? Yeah.
We'll do Fat Cobra.
Let's do Fat Cobra.
Skinny Cobra's a fucking drunk.
Roz Solomon, the aforementioned Roz Solomon. And also, just because, fuck you, why not? We're going to bring Blade in on this shit, too. Let's do it.
Well, if you got Morbius, you got to bring some Blade.
Yeah. Everything I just said is awesome. That's so fucking cool. Like, it's fun. It's fun, and it's like, it feels like there's stakes, but it's not mopey. Like, man, like, it's fucking good on you, fucking Jason Aaron. I'm super on board with everything that's happening here. It's fucking fun. Love it.
I like Jason Aaron. That did me some.
And then I read Young Justice #1. Everyone's kind of creaming their pants about it. This is all right.
I liked it.
It's all right.
It wasn't like the greatest thing, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's all right. But like,
it looked really nice.
Oh, it looked great. I was kind of annoyed that like it's gonna do that thing where maybe in 6 months we'll know why the team's together. And that shit kind of drives me crazy. But it's Bendis and it's doing DC, so it might as well do Bendis at DC, I guess. So whatever, it's fine. And last thing, well, two things. Batman 62 was weird.
I liked it.
I liked it a lot. Got your Mitch Gerards and Tom King hot off the heels of Mr. Miracle doing this crazy, weird Batman issue where he's tied up in a back room with Professor Pig. And like it's all just inner monologue, this Batman like psyching himself up and like he's disoriented, doesn't know what the fuck's going on. Like it's really good and it looks incredible because of course it does. And like by the time the reveal comes at the end, I don't know what the fuck's happening. Very confused. So like more than maybe ever before, I identify with Batman in this comic book. Because I, too, am very confused at what the fuck's happening. And lastly, I read Web of Venom, Venom Unleashed, which is all about giant pit bull venom running around sucking carnage out of people's skulls. And that's cool.
Yeah, that was really cool.
They did big callbacks to the OG Lethal Protector with the big robots under San Francisco, which is kind of great. And yeah, they're setting the stage for a big high stakes Venom story, which are not words you expect to hear said out loud ever. With the Venom Carnage, now that he's imbued with the powers of the crazy symbiote dragon god, which that's just a bad time for everybody. No one wants that. It's a bad idea. Unless you're Carnage, so that's gonna be fucking rad. But it's a pretty good week for comics. I enjoyed myself. It's fun. What you got, Kelly? Anything worth talking about?
So as of late, I've become a Conan guy.
Really?
What?
Like I read the first issue of the new Jason Aaron run, and it was really good. And every week they've been putting out these True Believers like $1 books of old Conan books, and I've really been enjoying all those. So I'm thinking of diving into some
Jason
of the
Aaron
old...
was writing that.
Yeah, it's Jason Aaron writing, Mahmoud Asrar drawing. It's really fucking good.
See, that kind of sells me on it. I don't.
Yeah, no, you should
I was
pick up
just
that
saying
comic.
how I need to like pare down on some stuff. I'll need more.
Yeah,
shit.
no. Add more. Get that Conan book.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, no, that dude was born to write Conan.
Yeah, he kind of was. God damn it.
It rules. Like, that book's great.
All right, well, I'm bringing it right now for tomorrow.
Yeah, issue 2 is out tomorrow. So
yeah, I'm right now. Fuck. Sounds good.
And then what else? Deathstroke has still been good, and I like what they're doing now.
Still the best stroke.
Christopher Priest has been introducing a Deadpool-like character.
Okay.
Because Deathstroke has been in Arkham, and there's a dude in Arkham who was kind of just being, like, at first just an obnoxious jackass. Just always kind of saying weird, maybe funny shit, and, like, kind of doing a fourth wall breaking thing. And he, like, did the Wakanda Forever salute and stuff like that.
Okay.
But now he's, like, kind of stolen a Deathstroke costume, and he's calling himself Death Mask. And just breaking the fourth wall constantly. Being an obnoxious jackass all the time. Yeah, so now there's just another Deathstroke that's just Deadpool. It's kind of great.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah, he knows exactly what he's doing, and it's great.
It is funny to think, like, some dude stole your costume
Yeah.
that you had hanging up in your closet, and now he's just running around as you now.
Yeah, so that's been
We've
really
all been
good.
there.
Gunning for Hits #1 was really good until I realized that there is a weirdly anti-Semitic joke in it.
Oh?
Yeah, that was kind of a bummer.
Try
'Cause
me.
Well, Gunning for Hits is just like a book about the 80s music industry. And at one point they talk about paying, you have to, pay someone. And they called him, and they called him Erwin J. Shyster.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
And then the guy looks like a very cartoonish Jewish man.
Yeah, like political cartoon Jewish almost.
Yeah.
That's not like the best look.
Yeah,
No.
I called someone, like, not to their face, but I referred to someone as a shyster this past weekend, and I was like, ooh, maybe I should.
Yeah, that's one of those that I honestly didn't know was like a slur until way later in my life. And then I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. No offense. I just thought it was, honestly, swear to God, just thought it was a word for lawyer.
Yeah.
I just thought it was a word for a rip-off artist.
Yeah.
Yeah, a shyster.
Oh, yeah, I can say that too. Yeah.
Yeah, if you say
That's
it
how
that,
I've always used it. I didn't know it was Jewish.
say it a few more times, Jose, and maybe it won't be anti-Semitic.
All right. I'm taking it back. I'm taking that word back.
Oh, no.
Is it like I feel like with that in particular, the depiction of the person was more racist.
That makes it way worse.
Yes,
Shyster.
no, it was definitely the depiction plus the
Because you can say shyster and
plus
that's cool.
taking the IRS wrestler
Or can we
name,
not say
but just
shyster
adding J to it, as in J for Jew.
Oh, J for Jew.
Yeah.
Not great.
No, not a good look. And that bummed me out because I actually really enjoyed that book. I'm like, man, I don't want to be supporting this.
I feel like
not in this climate.
if you are anti-Semitic, like you kind of keep it to yourself, but every so often it's gonna leak out.
yeah.
Yeah.
And he's probably like, oh, I don't even remember doing that.
They're never gonna catch it. It'll be fine. It's good. It's gonna be fine. Jesus Christ. Well, shit, yeah. Anything else?
This isn't a book, but on Netflix, I watched all of the first part of the season of Baki that they have on there.
Oh, you were talking about that last week, yeah?
Yeah, I finished it up. There's just one of the most insane fight scenes I've ever seen in an anime.
Yeah, that sounds cool. There's too much good shit.
Yeah.
Dig it.
You want to talk about insane fight scenes? Let's talk about Letterkenny.
Let's talk about Letterkenny. Let's hear it.
I have been watching a lot of Letterkenny lately.
Because it's the fucking best.
I think I'm almost done with season 4. The next episode I need to watch is the Super Hard Easter.
They on
You're
Hulu?
way farther along than I am, actually.
Yeah, they've got 6 seasons on Hulu, and the seasons are 6 to 7 episodes. They do like 6 episode season and then like a holiday special. But it's kind of weird
Keep
because
it fresh.
the time jumps. Like season 3, there's definitely a season finale, but then the special doesn't really address anything that happened in the season finale. It was a Halloween special.
When they release the specials, they release them around those holidays, like in real time.
Oh, okay.
They weren't part of the regular season.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I do love a good Letterkenny fight scene.
It just I feel like that's the strongest stuff on the show is the music video type stuff because it's just really cool direction and they pick good music on that show. I do love there was one part where it was the episode where they go to Quebec to fish and they're
fucking degens from Upcountry.
Degens from Upcountry and they're just bitching about the French the entire time. And they're I think Derry's like, name me 3 cool French dudes. And they're like trying to figure one out. And somebody brings up French Stewart. And Wayne's like, no, I don't believe he's French. His name is just French. But I don't really like that guy because he squints too much.
Yeah.
And like that's Wayne's thing is squinting at everything. Some of my favorite stuff on that show is Wayne with his dogs. Because he's like this badass farmhand will punch your fucking lights out, but then he holds his dog like a baby, like a full-size
giant dog.
Giant dog, he holds it like a baby. It's fun, man. Like
help people making fun of it.
I was watching a shitload of it, and I usually watch it after Mary's gone to bed, but I was watching some of it Sunday afternoon, and she came out a few times, and I was like, this is why do you watch this without me?
So good.
So we might have to start from the beginning.
Their worst way to spend the day is all I'm saying.
We watched the Hulu Fire Festival documentary tonight, which beat out the Netflix Fire Festival documentary by 3 days. It's a fun ride because that whole situation. But yeah, apparently the Netflix version is put together by people who were actually involved with putting together Fire Festival, so they kind of throw some shade on that one. Like, maybe it's not that fair and balanced.
Yeah.
Hulu's bumping lately, though. Good Place is back. Brooklyn Nine-Nine's back. We didn't realize that we had 3 episodes of The Orville waiting for us.
Yeah, that snuck up on me, man. And what a good show that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my favorite Star Trek show of all time.
To the point where that Star Trek Discovery show is starting to do like Orville bits. Like
Really?
they did a bit where like they get on an elevator with a weird alien, and the alien sneezes or something. Very Orvillian.
Huh. That's funny.
I said, "Oh, so that's how you do
Right.
humor in it."
Right. Let's take a cue from this show that is pretty good.
That's funny. Shit, yeah, love it. Love it. What you got, Jose?
Season 4 Blackish, y'all, gets real. Even the Johnson family has some crisis. Better get your fucking tissues out. Get you. And then okay, so here we go. Stephen Defendini, he was the Daredevil that we interviewed at New York Comic Con that turned out to be an artist. Shout out to him. That was the artist's name I was butchering.
Yeah, he cosplayed as a Charlie Cox, Matt Murdock, essentially.
Yeah.
Stephen Defendini.
I put them together and I said Stefandini.
He's really
Just
good.
made it all one name. The guy's got some good shit.
You know who none of us mentioned? Aha.
Aha.
He was on my shoutouts.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, and again, what a fucking dummy I am, because that's, yeah, of course.
Aha.
Yeah, because I did that. Yeah, I remember. Aha.
This guy's really good.
Dig it. Anything else, Jose? Or just Blackish?
Good Wife. Getting closer to the end. Wrapping things up. You know, we had no spoilers.
No names.
A crisis
no
in
spoilers.
season 5. And we're rebounding in season 6, seeing where it goes. She's running for state's attorney, baby. SA.
Move it up there. Move it up.
Mm-hmm. Get it. That's all. And then just building panties.
No context. Love it. All right, so that'll do it, man. It's a quality broadcast, if I do say so myself.
Yep. What's our top 6 for next week?
Top 6 is top 6 superpowers you wish you had.
Nice. And can I put this out there to the Twitterverse? Give us a little explanation behind your picks. That helps. Besides just like reading shit off. Like give us a reason why you're picking these.
Which is tough to do on Twitter.
Yeah, but it doesn't have to be long. You got 280 characters. Come on.
True.
Thread them tweets.
Little confession? Don't know how to thread a tweet. Can't do it.
Yeah,
You basically
You just reply to yourself.
You just reply to yourself, yeah.
You just told me there was a Twitter today. Now I'm supposed to thread it?
But also, if you're
I'm already walking the line.
if
I
you're
can't
starting
thread
a
the needle,
thread, you can thread a bunch of tweets at once and then tweet them all at once. There's like a little plus sign. So yeah.
See, I use a third-party Twitter client. Maybe I can't do some of that shit there. Maybe that's part of our problem.
I feel like that's maybe, who knows.
Could be. But I got no ads in my feed on this thing, so, you know.
Well,
to
hey,
say who's
then
doing it
you're
wrong?
missing out on ads for high-class prostitutes.
That's true.
Oh, speaking of ads, how did Nicole and Zoe like A Dog's Way Home?
What? They went and watched it?
Of course they went and watched it. They went and
I thought
watched
that
it.
was a joke.
No, they went and watched it, and then I got a text message before the movie began that said, "Oh shit, there's another one coming out in May about the dog and the kid from the first one." I cried like a little bitch at the trailer. I'm like,
How
all right,
did they
well.
already have a sequel?
What?
To a
They're
movie that
already-
just came out.
They're already advertising a sequel to it?
Well, technically, it's a sequel to A Dog's Purpose, which, while this one is also about a dog and based on a novel from the same author, they're not related.
It's
But
got
I guess
nothing to do
this
with his purpose.
Dog's
It's
Purpose
his way
2.
home. Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah, so it's And it was
Got 'em.
every seat in the theater they went to was sold out.
Jesus.
And she's like, people fucking cheered when it was over. And I'm like, okay, like, you
I
know
bet.
what?
Oh my god.
I'm like, but you know what? It is a painfully fucking obvious feel good fucking picture. And maybe that's just what people need every once in a while.
It made $11 million this weekend in its opening
Well, it was a
weekend.
painfully obvious trailer.
Just maybe people just want to go see a fucking happy movie. I don't know. But they both really enjoyed it. And I can't imagine why the fuck they went and saw this movie.
It's because you're a dude.
We all love trash, Lee Rodriguez.
We do.
We had this discussion on Twitter.
I'm not better than anybody.
Yeah, it's true. We all love a certain kind of trash.
As I get bashful over a good wife.
Bashful.
She makes me blush.
Does she?
I don't know. There's something about her. Grows on you.
Yeah.
And you just fall in love. You're like, goddamn, wife, you are good.
Solid wife. Solid wifing, wife.
Yep. Good way to wife. You done did it, wifey.
Doesn't Glass come out this weekend?
I need to see Split first.
I've got Split.
What?
I have not seen. Same here.
I still haven't seen Split myself, but I do have it, so maybe I can share it with y'all.
Oh, what? Come on, you tell me that.
So yeah,
I tried to find it to rent or something somewhere, and it's like the only option was to buy it. I don't know if I want to buy it,
right.
but like I can't even rent it on Amazon for like $4. It wasn't an option, so it's kind of annoying. Yeah, I want to see it. This times. All right, let's be done.
Yeah.
I think the show's over. Good time.
Yeah.
So yeah, join us next week. We'll do it all over again at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central at youtube.com/panelsonpages. Check us out on the Spotify's if you're looking for a different option for your podcasting needs, or hit us up on the Twitter at PanelsOnPages. Email us popcast@panelsonpages.com, or leave us a voicemail 616-951-1POP. For Jose Guzman, Jason Nyes, and Kelly Harris, I'm the Lord Reverend Lee Rodriguez, and I'll talk to you fools next week. Night. Love you. Bye-bye.
What am I doing here? I'm longing for you, dear. If we could look to the stars, maybe life wouldn't be so hard. We were this close to another ending, but too far from the start. We were this close to another story, but we drifted apart. Oh, I think I lost my way.
wonderful.
Bravo!
I loved that.
Oh, it was great.
Well, it was pretty good.
Well, it wasn't bad.
Well, there were parts of it that weren't very good, though.
It could have been a lot better.
I didn't really like it.
It was pretty terrible.
It was bad.
It was awful.
It was terrible.
Get him away!
Hey, boo!
Boo! Boo!